And we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for showing up. I know we're on our now showing screen. We will get to it in a short while. We're going to make a couple service announcements before we kind of go live, before we start this whole thing. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to thank, first and foremost, a lot of the content creators that have been covering the story that we're going to be covering today. Obviously, it's going to be a big shout out to Westside Tyler, who really put in a lot of fucking effort into this video that we're going to be covering. But we are just going to be waiting for a couple more people to stroll right in. We'll kind of begin anyways and probably go over everything. I'm joined always by my favorite two co-hosts, Cloudy. Cloudy, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Awesome. And I'm also joined by one of my favorite people in all of the world, Greg.
Unfortunately, it's me again. Hello.
Yes. It is you.
Always Greg again.
I want to lower myself a little bit because I'm a little bit higher than you guys, but that's okay. That's why we stay on this screen.
Who are we talking about? I know nothing. I've done.
So we're going to be going over DemonMama. I have an entire document kind of relating to everything that they've done, as well as kind of what has led up to today, that I do want to go over. Oh, we have no dropped frames. Ooh, let me go to the Discord call and make sure that I share my screen.
That'd be nice.
Oh, hey, Laura. This is Greg's a little quiet. Why don't you do some more?
Oh, hey, Laura. All right, I'm going to...
Hello.
Well, I'm going to have to boost Greg up in the Discord. Give me a second.
Also, just like emotionally, you should like compliment him.
I compliment Greg all the time. I think Greg is one of the most lovely people I've ever met in my entire life. I think that it's Greg is what I aspire to be as a human.
We just chillax.
Greg, start speaking.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello. This will not be in the video.
Yeah, this will not be in the
Enjoy
video.
this, Laura.
Cloudy, start speaking.
Hello, you guys. While this is happening, I'm literally ordering my groceries, so if I sound a little distracted for the next 5 minutes, that is why.
Cloudy getting her girdle on.
Hello, Killjoy.
Literally girding right now.
It's Killjoy, my favorite mod.
Killjoy, I forgot where to put... This is so not professional. I forgot where to put the link in the Tyler server. Could you do that for me, or just like tell me where to put it?
It would be greatly appreciated. We're hopefully...
I think it was one of them, but they're also like all talking about like the other stream right now, and I feel a little bad just being like, oh, look at me.
Oh, there is a new drop. QTV, it's my favorite hood ornament. I know you're at work, QTV, and I want to just say right now, you are beautiful in every way humanly possible. Thank you guys for saying the stream sounds better. We're going to be beginning in one moment. I do kind of just, there are some stuff. There's
one thing too.
There's
gonna be stuff happening while we talk, so we might just like sound like we're not paying attention for a sec, but we are. I swear.
Yes, thank you, Cloudy.
Stream chat. Okay, I'll do that right now.
Thank you so much.
Starshine. Hi.
Hey, Starshine. Ooh, I need to undo what I just did.
Stream chat.
How do I undo what I just did?
Okay.
Did you close that tab?
I closed the tab. I didn't mean to close. You know what?
If you just get to history, you should be able to find it.
You know what the thing is? I opened that. I have so much history. It's okay.
Well,
no worries.
We didn't need it. If it's gone, we didn't need it.
No, I'll grab it later. I have a set of things. The way I always structure things is I have it in my mind's eye at all times. But I do want to thank everybody again for coming. Cloudy, you let me know when you are ready to go.
I've been ready.
All right.
Unless you want to listen to me tap your groceries, I think we'll be all right.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Opp Block. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Again, I want to give a big shout out to the Westside Tyler community. First and foremost, I also want to give a big shout out to Westside Tyler. La Senorita, happy Friday, y'all. You guys may see a little bit of changes, just as like public service announcements. Let me know if the chat you guys find is too big. I will make the chat a little bit smaller or move it. But there's a little bit of changes. We now have a Stream Elements tab. So if you guys feel that you're able to, there is no pressure at all. We can actually see donations now. If you guys want to donate to us, it really helps us out here. But obviously, you do not have to. I will never ask for that. We do, but we do have a chat bar up, so you guys will be able to see your chats. We'll be able to see your chats and everything. So I want to thank you guys so much for showing up today. Again, as the title suggests, we will be covering the DemonMama drop, as a lot of people are calling it, or the nuke. I do want to say, Eric's Blue, what's up? It's so cool to see you. I do want to discuss something at the front of this video, that there's a lot of trigger warnings involving child endangerment, evidence of grooming, as well as wage theft and child exploitation. The reason I do want to put this content warning ahead of time is there's a lot to go over with the DemonMama instances, with what has happened in this community, and how this community is tied to a much larger leftist platform. It's a lot. I know that Westside Tyler has discussed, he was even discussing before we went live, a lot more of his plans of investigation. I think that that's, very commendable. It's a hard thing to do, going through a lot of this material, going through a lot of these accusations, a lot of, it's vitriol. I'm not going to lie. This is shit. But I do want to, treat this with the reverence that it deserves. So we're going to go into it now. Kat, you know nothing about DemonMama, correct? I'm not Kat. You're Greg. Holy shit, my brain is farting today.
Hiya.
Wow.
Wow. I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now. But that's a different story for a different day. So Greg,
I will remember this.
Yeah, all of us will, I think.
Oh, that's so nice of you. So Greg, you know nothing about DemonMama, is that correct?
I've never heard of the DemonMama drama. I have no idea who this is or what you're talking about. Please start me at the beginning of the dawn of YouTube. Who the hell is this person, and why am I cursed to now learn their name?
All right. So DemonMama is part of the leftist community that Vosh is a part of. DemonMama was a part of the La Senorita, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for being a part of us. It's great. Thank you so much. Coming back for a second. Hell yeah. And that should have worked in the center of the screen.
We will eventually have like sounds and stuff. We're getting there. Because I'm also going to ask someone to draw one of my characters. I don't know if I'm going to do the fawn or if I want to stick with the rock.
I'm about to say, fawn is a little hot button of a topic right now.
True. Actually, she's not even a fawn. She's a satyr.
Yeah, you're a satyr. But yes, so DemonMama is a leftist content creator in the realm of Vaush and White Nervosa. Progressive Victory is their kind of conglomerate, their kind of leftist media conglomerate. And one of the things is that DemonMama has always been... The best way to describe her is just saying shit out loud and not having a lot of information or expertise in those areas. Kind of looking at us. Like us. Yeah, but the problem is that she acts as a expert on a lot of these things. So DemonMama, in a lot of ways, misrepresents terms. I know Westside Tyler covered this in one of his streams. One of the streams that I saw him critique her, and she's talking in a way that's disenfranchising voting in the United States of America, which I don't know if you guys know this, but that's a really stupid idea. There's this weird thing, and I will. This is not a political stream by any measure, but I do disavow this. I don't understand why people have decided the idea is to disenfranchise people into not voting. Voting does matter. It is how we as a populace assert our political power, because we don't have a lot of it. So, telling people, oh, you shouldn't vote for this, X, Y, and Z, because, they're all evil. Yes, the electoralism bullshit QTV. It doesn't really make any sense. And that's a lot of what that group of people say. Obviously, Sleepy Joe, he dropped out by this time, so it doesn't really matter. But Sleepy Joe Biden, listen, he was gonna be having fucking Alzheimer's in the fucking White House, thinking the big red button is just a shiny apple. I don't know what to tell you. That was going to happen, but our government has been run by old people this entire time. I really don't see why now it's the concern. You know, it is an old person's game. It sucks. It does upset me. But that's the completely different tangent and not for this stream. So DemonMama does a lot of that kind of content creation, as well as just a lot like Keffels, because they were in the same circles, outspoken supporter of trans rights, LGBTQ plus QIA communities, as well as, you know, minority groups. Vote 1 of 2 sundowning geriatrics. Hey, we have Kamala. Now I don't love her, but she's there, and let's be honest, fucking RFK Jr. with the fucking brainworms. I stabbed a bear in the fucking middle of the woods and brought it to Central Park. That's an insane story. I don't understand why he did that.
I don't know why you're not going to vote for him.
For a lot of fucking reasons. He's kind of fucking crazy.
Sounds
You
kind
can
of
have
based.
worms in the White House. Like,
Yeah.
that just rolls off the tongue.
President Worm.
Listen, the only President Worm I would ever vote for is Earthworm Jim. I love me some Earthworm Jim. That is a different story. So DemonMama and Vosh's ideologies, obviously because they belong from the same group, all kind of coincide. It's very ontologically and for, you know, kind of putting big words into simpler programming. It's all good is good and all bad things are bad. Thus, the people who are on the side of good can never do bad things, and vice versa. All the people on the side of bad towards you can never do a good thing.
So everything's black and white, no nuance type thing?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's really abhorrent to think that way. I understand why it feels very comfortable to think that way. I understand why it's easy to. I'm just going to switch to Tyler's video real quick before we begin. The Khan has spoken, but we'll get there. But I think it's something to really it's a disgusting way to look at the world. Actually, you know what? Let me just look at DemonMama's channel real quick, so I can, you know, put her on screen. DemonMama. There we go. We'll just go to you know, DemonMama. I'm just gonna put her on screen so people know what her YouTube channel is. It's just a really weird way to look at the world.
980 videos?
900. We will get to the videos. We will get to that because that is a part. Hey, Xylee, welcome in.
Hey.
Hey, Xylee, listen. You always be cool. We appreciate you.
Oh, Xylee, don't even get me started on that. But yeah, of course, anytime. I know y'all can handle yourselves, but it's just, I think some things, how do I say this carefully? Sorry. I think it's really funny when someone says that they would never do or believe in a certain thing, but when it's someone they don't like, it's like gloves off. Like, just be for real about it. Like I say, like, you know, I think I've said several times in Diesel's chat, I'm gonna stuff these people in like a locker or something. Like, just, you know, back it up, I guess. I don't know.
I think that there's also something really important where if you can disagree with people on matters that concern, you could disagree on people on certain matters of how they maybe present materials or the kind of content that they do, let's per se. But if they're, and Xylee, you talked about this on your stream, and I think this is really just always important to remember, is if you are presenting a topic and you two are ideologically aligned, there are so much more similarities than there are differences. Bolster and look at those versus just, you know, killing somebody's reputation or kind of going down this line of saying, I'm going to throw you out with the bathwater because you are presenting this in a way that hurts me. And Xylee, you're absolutely right. Tyler very well explained it and explained a lot of what's going on. And I do want to highlight that. So coming back,
we'll definitely highlight that at the end when we get to that part. Like, because like now that I've heard it again, because I've been kind of following everything. So when I heard it the first time, I was like, oh yeah, I totally know what he means. I just realized that like as soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that does sound insane, like on the
Mhm.
surface.
Xylee, me and Xylee are not at war. She just wants me to eat SpaghettiOs, and I mean, okay, listen, I'm a little content goblin. I'll eat the fucking SpaghettiOs. I get it. I get it. I will do it.
I'll make sure he does it.
I will do it live.
Gonna gobble
Do
them
it.
spaghetti.
I will gobble on them.
gobble the O's.
Oh my god, this is
spaghetti.
You know, O's are circles, and you know what else is kind of a circle? I'm sorry.
balls.
A goose egg?
You just gonna
Yeah,
say balls? Okay.
Balls.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Just
welcome.
I'm glad we can all just call out the bisexuality in this chat.
Listen, this video is really heavy and it makes me sad, and I get really like fucked up with stuff when it happens to kids. I don't have kids, but I am a big sister, and I would just go insane. I think I would just go insane, and I don't have any other words for that. So I'm gonna make a ball joke in the beginning. There's also 2 other things I wanted to like laugh at before we get started, so just let me know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep going with this. So,
Yeah.
Falgi, we are all goblins. We are.
Mhm.
Yeah. Xylee, you stream for a long time. I don't think I've seen you stream for 3 hours in a little bit. But more importantly, so DemonMama is a part of this, conglomerate of progressive victory, white, all this white nervosa stuff, white leaf, all these other things. The community is really known through their purity testing. They like to dig in their heels unnecessarily, and they like to moralize a lot. It's a very all or nothing thinking ideal. The best way that I can really look into how DemonMama makes me feel as a person. Now, I'm not a political analyst by any means. That's why you go to your Westside Tylers, you go to other content creators like Hassan, if you go into that community, any of those communities, right? The way that she always comes off to me is someone who really doesn't want to have any form of compromise, because there's a lot of being self-absorbed in how the message is being portrayed and what it means to her audience. It just doesn't correlate with what is in reality. Like, for instance, disenfranchising voting or bathroom HRT. Listen, I understand that there are medications and there are materials that cannot be brought into other countries. We didn't talk about this on Tyler's stream, but I am our first Tyler stream when we covered the Lore Lodge video, but I'm a very big proponent of pirating. I think pirating media is a really good way of media preservation in regards to
In Minecraft.
in Minecraft. Fuck it. They can't stop me. You listen. Twitter has fucking full movies that are in their fucking mentions. Like we are not. I'm not fighting this one.
Somebody did send me the full Morbius like video
Yeah.
in Discord.
I'm a little bit of a glowy, so government, he's joking. Haha. Love you. Heart.
Nah. Well, this is what I was gonna say was the reason I'm a big proponent of it is because there are countries and parts of the world that don't have media. Big, like, hey, I'm a gamer, but this is like the thing. Fucking CD Projekt Red was a group of people retranslating pirated games into their own language so Poland can have fucking games, because it wasn't looked at as a games market. It wasn't looked at in the sectors of gaming markets and, doing all these things and marketing to them. So it comes down to the fact that coming back to it, it's very lazy and ignorant and self-important to think that there's an all or nothing approach to a lot of the problems that we face today. And in my current opinion, that's just how I feel about it. Maybe other people feel differently. Obviously, one of the big things, every streamer does this, but one of the big things as well with DemonMama is she uses a lot of emotionally charged language to galvanize and kind of indoctrinate her fans. And I will say indoctrinate because we will go into it. A little back lore. Apparently, DemonMama grew up in a cult, and one of her main supporters and top donos also grew up potentially in the same cult or just in, double cults. It is a very weird thing, the kind of language that is used.
Yeah, I mean, it's not weird for how she grew up. And I mean that in the sense, like, I didn't grow up in a cult necessarily, but like my parents' version of like being evangelical is like, it sounds super familiar to this. It's nobody else understands you. We are your safe space. we, you give everything to us, you do everything for us, and if I even give you a crumb, you're supposed to be grateful about it. Like, a lot of some of the stuff he says in this interview, like, it made me think of being in that environment again, and my heart just like it's awful. But obviously, as you see, not everyone can break out of it and become a functional adult. You either break out of it and do so, become a really sad story or a really sad news story, or you become someone like this. You just make your own bubble like this. You make your own little mini cult. Like, it's just sad. And I'm happy Glooby has a spot where he can talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll get to Glooby in the video, but I think it's something really important is that these individuals were creating this space that was hurting their audience without even realizing it, right? Not being able to question who's at the top is a very bizarre thing. It's a very strange thing. It's a very disorienting thing. It's a very cult-like thing. And I think it's really important to view that and examine that. So DemonMama has been under scrutiny for years. Very famously, there's a clip in Beckett Copenseed's video. There's a clip where she's in this debate with Destiny, and they're talking about Amaranth, and there are reports that says that she walked back holding her hand up when they asked if they would allow a 13-year-old to do a hot tub stream on Twitch. And again, I'm not putting words in her mouth. She says that she's walked that back. It's a fucking weird thing. I've seen the clip. The clip is a little weird, but that's not the point. He clearly states multiple times what the vote is for. But I think what it is that she has been under scrutiny, as a lot of people on the left, sometimes they are under scrutiny, just like people on the right, and things of that nature. But she came under a lot of fire most recently for the Xanderhal incident. For those who don't know, there was the Xanderhal nuke in regards to Keffels. One of his former editors, who I don't want to name their name because apparently that's always been a big fucking thing recently, that this former channel editor who was being taken advantage, I'm going to put it out there, if you're listening to this, you were being taken advantage of, you were being treated like shit, you probably shouldn't have, you probably shouldn't have been like that, it shouldn't have been that way, but I don't want to mention your name kind of thing. But it had come out that he had death threats or thoughts of harming Keffels. And it was a weird thing because then everybody started kind of leaking things. The initial leak was that he was treating his staffer shittily, and then DemonMama and her whole crew started leaking these things that he's like, I want to take a gun and I wouldn't even shoot Keffels. I would just beat her in the back of the fucking skull with it. And that's unhinged. Extremely unhinged. You should not do that. But it brought up an interesting conversation of why are these people in their own community saving logs on each other? These people are coworkers. They're supposedly friends, or they're conflating what being a coworker and what being a friend is. But these people are having conversations about that. And you're holding on to information. And it was one thing that was just very bizarre, very off. Why does this keep on happening? And this kind of came out, and we've covered Westside Tyler before, and it was one of the things that he found very interesting, because everyone's mad at Xanderhal for all of these terrible things that he said, and they are terrible, but coincidentally nobody's really calling out Vosh for his and now dubbed tax collection folder, and for those who don't know, it was filled with horse and lolly porn. I'm gonna say it. It was lolly porn. Do not fucking say that they were fucking whitewashed goblin girls. You fucking ignoramus piece of shit hiding behind that fucking fake ass beard of yours. I hope your fucking hairline continues to recede. Sorry, it does make me angry. I'm not a big proponent of lolly. Like, I don't like it. I think it's fucking weird.
It is weird.
I don't want to get into that debate, but I do think that if nobody can call out a person for leaking this because they have quote unquote explanations for everything, it's the same way I feel about the hot tub clip. It's the explanations for everything. Why is nobody questioning that? Why is nobody calling out their contemporaries for that? If these are your friends, if a friend of mine said that shit, I would be fucking livid. I'd pull them into a room and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is happening? You don't just allow that. You don't allow your friends to talk like that. I have friends who are conservative. I spend my time with them all the time to make sure that we have a lengthy conversation. I don't let them say stupid shit. And if they start saying stupid shit, I will call them out for that. And I always have. They don't like it, but they're still friends with me. Why? Because I look past our differences. But if you are not calling out contemporaries in your community, the heads of your community for saying the most dumb shit, or actually having crimes in their computer, what are you doing? And I don't understand that. And that was something that, Westside Tyler looked at. And the further and further he got into this world, the further and further there was a lot of pushback. And that pushback came in very many different ways. Obviously, people were covering it. That side of YouTube, that white leaf side of YouTube, Progressive Victory, was covering Tyler in a way that he was very mean, more than just mean, that he was, he was grifting. He was allowing things. He was allowing, words of violence and brigading and shit like that. And if you've watched the Tyler stream, he does not do that. I've watched Tyler streams. Shout out to the QTV's Hood Ornament. He was the first person to put us on to Tyler, put us on his radar. And I do think that Tyler does a really good job at presenting his own facts and asking his audience not to brigade for him, let him defend himself. And that's something I can appreciate as a content creator, as a burgeoning content creator, speaking for yourself in that aspect. Your audience shouldn't have to always fucking clarify everything for you if you stand by your words. So there was a lot of things going on with that. And one very curious instance that kind of galvanized this whole thing was looking at a community member named Gay Fesh. Now, I don't know. Gay Fesh has been around the YouTube space for a period of time. I did not know of him, but luckily for a lot of us, in the communities that we're a part of, Gay Fesh seems to be around for a long period of time. Specifically, Gay Fesh is one of those kinds of people that will false flag channels. And listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't believe, if you espouse like some of the most heinous shit, I don't want you on the same platform that I'm using. But I'm gonna keep it a $1.50. I'm not gonna just say you don't deserve a life or a job. That's never. I don't think that that's very realistic, nor is that reasonable.
It's not realistic and it's not productive in any way.
Exactly. It's not.
It's just not.
It's not productive in any way. And it's crazy to think about that. And that was the thing QTV, I know that you sent me a message on it. Let me see if I can find specifically the video in regards to this, because one of the things that they were saying, because they started a whisper campaign against Westside Tyler, one of the things they kept on saying was, he's violent, he wants to break my jaw, he wants to do all this nonsense. Let me see if I can find the specific thing. Cloud, do you mind just riffing real quick while I look for this?
Go ahead. Go riff.
No
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Oh God, what you didn't do? No, we're just giving you props because you introduced us and we're still really grateful for it. Or at least I am, because I've also just gone through his other content. I've said this before. I work in travel, so I'm gone for days at a time. So I normally I read books, I have audio stuff, podcasts. Like, this is why I look like I'm terminally online. I am a little bit, but like it's just because I have a lot of my job is sort of hurry up and wait. Like, I have these long ass hours where I'm not doing a whole lot, and then I have a good like hour of time where I am busting my ass. So in between all this time, I'm away from home, I can consume all this content. And Tyler's really funny. He's really straight to the point. He's not scared to like call someone an idiot. And I just feel like as someone who like does watch maybe more left-leaning content and stuff, he is such a breath of fresh air. And as I just think it's nice. Sorry, I'm like reading and trying to talk at the same time. I need to stop. I think it's nice when someone can just be realistic of what we can expect in our political space right now. Because it's just like, it's really frustrating having conversations with somebody and it's either like, hey, you know, we're probably going to have to vote or do X, Y, and Z because it's literally the only option we got. And they're just like, well, it shouldn't be like that. And it's like, okay, yeah, bud. But guess what? We have to work with what's actually happening. Like, I could talk about what I would like to happen, but that doesn't do anything in real life, you know? I don't know. Yeah, some of my other Tyler videos that because this is heavy. I want to cover some fun shit, not today, but like, Tyler has a really good video on Shadiversity. I watched a little bit of it, banger. I want to blind watch it completely on stream. He also makes fun of a whole nother book, which I knew I was gonna hate. Because listen, I read a lot of slop. All right, I go back and forth between reading really good horror books and just absolute nonsense. Like I bounce back and forth. And he was reading this one romance book, The Court of Thorns and Roses. He has a video on that too. Absolute banger. Shit had me dying. I knew I was gonna hate that book. I just didn't know why. Because I wasn't gonna read. Here's the thing. I know I should probably remember things I know I'm not gonna like, but oh my god. All I'm gonna say, like the main character, it's written that she doesn't know how to read. And that's supposed to be like different.
That sounds stupid. Yes. I did not sabotage anybody. I did want QT. I do want to point out I did want QTV on this stream. Unfortunately, he's at work right now. I would have actually really liked it. QTV, we're gonna get you on a stream. Hopefully we can get you on the Shadversary one. Tyler, if you're somehow fucking watching, I want that Starship Troopers fucking video. I love Starship Troopers. I want that fucking video because there are so many people who did not understand fucking Helldivers for some fucking reason, and we're trying to do a whole bunch of shit with try to rewrite history with that shit. That's a different story for a different day. So, coming back to it, I do want to I want to point out this specific clip that QTV had sent over. So we are going to play it. We're going to react to it a little bit. This is where shit started getting really fucking weird with their community.
So it really is. As I got older, I realized you can read, you can be college educated, you can be all these things. If you have no comprehension and no way to, like, you know, sort of parse the information you're being given, it's rough.
It is.
It's rough. Anyway, sorry, go on.
All right, I'm gonna play the video now.
Overall, this was fun. I had a good time. Can I see? Did everybody have a good time in chat? Let me see some fucking snails and slugs. And
let me
shit.
see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, the chat is covering him. Hold up.
Triptych wants to come on. Why?
This may be the triptych thing. This may not be the gay special thing.
Oh, okay.
This is important, anyways.
Chris the Narc passed this on since the screenshot is going around. Yes, I was at. What? What? Holy shit! Hold on a second. Yes, I was asking for friends to report a VOD for threatening me with doxing and violence. Here's the section in question. I'll leave you to decide whether it's report worthy. The streamer can take the VOD down and that'll be the end of it. Apparently he cut out the part where he threatened my jaw, but he still left the part of the VOD where he threatens to dox me. I mean, the fact that he deleted it in the first place proves he did something TOS worthy, fully justifying my report. Fucking loser dickhead, man. If he just takes down the VOD, it'll all be fine.
Try to fix this.
I found out that he took down the part where he threatened violence against me. I didn't threaten to dox him. I just said I want you to know, know your name. I won't even maybe necessarily tell anybody. I just want to know who you are. I want to know who you are and what you do and where you are in the world because you're talking about me. And like, that's a reasonable thing to ask. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows my name. It's not, you know? Oh my God. Tyler, will Xanderhal talk to you? Any news on White Forest? No, I don't know.
One thing.
Please go ahead.
I would love to see you go over, just because it was so funny to me, is the specific quote unquote incitation of violence that got Sunday banned off Twitter.
Yeah,
right.
his nose. I hope your nose gets, or you catch nasal dysentery or something like that.
So I
which
did.
is
Nasal
made
dysentery
up.
is a phrase. So I did move the chat to a different side of the screen just to make sure everything works, and so we can kind of see Tyler a little bit more. So as you see,
Yeah. Also, yeah, having both chats on both sides, it was giving me a little bit of a
yeah, it was giving me a headache as well. But I do want to point out that this is a very bizarre thing that's currently happening. Is that he just wants to know who this person is. Tyler did not ask for him to be doxxed. Tyler did not want him to be brigaded. It's something that I think is really interesting as a content creator to have this discussion of, am I being open about who I am as a human being? Because a lot of people, like, I'll be honest, I'm behind a PNG. The reason I do that is not because I'm afraid. It's more because this is a hobby. This is not a career. If it becomes a career, maybe this will change. You know,
And also because you're ugly, we know that.
I am also ugly, but also I think something really interesting is, like, I fucking like the PNG.
Also, yeah, I'm waiting for that. Oh,
Wasn't
I'm
a gift
ugly. I'm
where you
this.
paid for
Nah,
it?
you just like being a little guy.
I do like being a
It's
little
okay
guy.
to like being a little guy.
I
Like,
am a
it's
little
cool.
guy.
Like, you think I'm making masks and dolls and I cosplay because oh, you know, I'm ugly. No, I like doing it because it's fun.
Well, see,
It's fun to be a little guy.
that is annoying.
Also, I don't think I'm ugly, so.
Cloudy is not ugly. It's actually kind of annoying. She's really fucking pretty, and it, like, frustrates me every day.
Riz.
What do you mean, Riz?
Riz.
Listen, no, nobody's catching strays
Riz,
here.
the only Riz I accept is what's that
$100
meme?
bills.
Yeah, well, I mean that too. But you know that meme where they're just like, "Oh, let me shoot my shot," and the girl's like, "All right, bet." And the guy goes on his knees like, "Please."
Here's a weird question. Is the chat working on the screen?
Wipe
It went away. What did you do?
No,
chat get out.
no.
They're tired of us.
I don't know what just happened. I just tried to make it a little bit smaller and taller.
They didn't like it.
Ruined.
Lord.
You body shamed it. It got
Copy URL. I think I have this is the one thing. Okay, so this is, say, stream elements. I do want to say this. I'm tired of fucking. Oh yeah.
I'm tired of learning.
It's not even that
work.
It's not even that. It's like
Literally
every time I use stream elements, another thing breaks, and I just want to know why. Like, why is just
Tyler smiling while he looks right at it? It's so funny.
Stop that.
You can put
There we go.
anything
I fixed it. There we go. Hey, Killjoy. Thank you so much, Killjoy. No, I got the chat back on the screen. Chat is back on the stream. See, I'm not crazy. It just it's stream elements. Okay, Tyler had a fucking rant about this one day about how everything fucking breaks and it's fucking obnoxious. That is the realest thing ever. All it does is break.
That's annoying about technology is that it can only do what it's told. So if it's being told something it either can't understand or or you're trying to make it do something you're not like telling it to do, it'll just break. And once
Technology.
you understand that, it's fine. But it's just really frustrating, at least for someone like me. Like, I'm not super tech savvy. It's really frustrating when you're just not at that point yet. But you're getting there. As I said last time, I'll say it again now. We just started streaming.
This is our fifth.
Yeah, Falgi has set up everything. He's learned so much in such a small amount of time, and the stream keeps looking better and better. It keeps looking, it keeps sounding better and better, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome.
But more importantly, I think that this is where this all starts. There is this weird vitriol hatred to an actual explanation of who are you? Why are you doing this? Yeah, maybe Tyler shouldn't have said he should have broke his jaw, but fuck it. If you're going to talk shit and you're going to fearmonger and then you're going to start brigading, if you're going to start trying to take down somebody's channel, fucking what the fuck are you doing hiding behind a fucking screen? Say that to somebody's fucking face, right? Listen, I don't like Vosh. I'll tell Vosh to his face I don't like him. But here's something. I'm never going to tell Vosh or even DemonMama that you don't deserve the right to live and to have some level of income. That's just a stupid thing to say. I don't understand why that's become the thing where we attack other people's jobs. That's the one thing that, a lot of people sometimes shit on the drama community because, we love a sensational story, blah, 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 blah. But nobody really comes for each other's jobs. And when they do that, that person gets fucking reamed. That person,
yeah, anytime someone goes after like, oh, go talk to like gamer subs, go talk to their ad people. Like, bro, come on. Like,
Yeah.
you don't like that person, that doesn't mean they don't deserve to have their bills paid. Like,
and not only that, if you don't believe that, right? If that's something that you don't believe in, you don't believe that this person should be on a platform, have a better platform. Have a better platform that you are establishing, that you are making work, and that you're doing something and creating something that's more important than anything that they'll ever do. Because if you can create a better platform, if you can create a better, not just stream, but if you have better ideas, if you have all of these things, you will succeed. If you put in the effort, you're going to succeed. That's just the reality. And that's not like this weird, like fucking, listen, this is not a pyramid scheme bullshit. I don't want anyone to think that. I am selling you shit. I mean, I'm selling you content. If you want to help us support the content, our stream elements is in the chat. Please, we love you. Thank you. But more importantly, that's just the thing. It's like, create better content than the person next to you. And if you can't, then you don't.
Well, I think
need
it's
to be
just
here.
this idea that maybe someone's attention is kind of finite. Like, you can only watch so many things. There's only so much time in the day, right? Blah blah blah. But the piece of like content, YouTube, Twitch pie is infinite. You can have a piece of pie. You can make content and get to a point where you can monetize it and stuff. Like, nope, like you can do that on your own, whatever. Like, you don't have to. I don't know. It's just one of those things that annoys the hell out of me.
So all this, coming back to this, all this comes to Tyler's most recent video on DemonMama and a lot of things that have been going behind. And I do want to give a shout out as well, not only to Tyler, but Cope and Seed Beckett, because I had actually seen, I didn't know this before I knew who Cope and Seed was. I actually saw part of their video before on some of this DemonMama shit. And there's a lot that goes into this. Greg, you know nothing, right? Just
I'm still trying to catch up. So, just some rando on Twitter has beef with Westside Tyler. I'm still trying to figure out. So,
DemonMama is a content creator.
Yes,
we looked at hers. Gay Fesh is one of the top donators for Vosh.
For all of them?
Yes. So he's like a top donator and friend with and a content. I wouldn't say content creator. He created like a terrible diss track. Maybe we'll fucking cover the diss track. We may not, only because that boy seems like he would try to take a channel down. Yeah, because he's a piece of shit. Listen, I ain't making money off this. Come fight me. And I need YouTube. The YouTube ain't letting me run ads
in Minecraft.
But more importantly, I think that's the thing is that you have one of your top donators coming out after a content creator saying that he wants to be hurt, that he wants to hurt him, that, we need to brigade this channel. We have to, raid them with kindness. No, you're actively trying to deplatform somebody who's asking legitimate questions on what is going on. Why are things a specific way? Because that's the biggest thing. Why are things happening this way? Because they shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you have criticisms, or if somebody has criticisms of you or doesn't like your content and is vocal about it, you could just walk away. You don't have to get on Twitter about it. Like there is such a thing as block and ignore.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. You don't even have to block somebody. The mute button exists. You mute. You don't necessarily have to block them, but there's a lot that goes into this. So,
like when I hear people say that they don't like you, Falgi, I'll just ignore it, and I have to do it so often on such a regular daily basis.
Who fucking said that they don't like me? Who fucking said it? Who fucking said
I don't
it right
know.
now?
I ignored him.
Who the fuck said it? I need them in the
long ago.
I need them in
it
this
was
chat
so long
right now.
Yet so recently.
Yeah,
I know there's so many. It's hard
there's
to
so many. I can't pick
the list is.
I think it's all of them.
All of them hate me. I can only.
Nobody hates you. Oh my god.
But the voices in my head said that everybody hates me. What are you talking about? I hear them.
Those are angels. Aren't you Catholic?
Yeah, What do you mean? What do you mean? Aren't I Catholic?
Yeah, you got that. You got him on your wall. I saw.
Yeah, you got the little guy. What's his name?
What do you mean, Jesus?
Little guy. Yeah.
Is Jesus the little guy on my shoulder? Is that what
I
don't
he's
even
on the wall.
I don't even fucking. I'll be honest. I was raised in the Catholic Church. I do not believe. I mean, listen. Maybe there's something out there. Maybe there isn't anything out there. But what I will say is that that ain't for me to decide, and nor is it something for me to use against other people. That's one thing I do not like. That's one thing I will always kind of be fucking annoyed by, is people who do that for the purposes of just being evil. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know why we keep doing that. But all that to be said, let's watch Tyler's
I'm
video.
caught up.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Now again, just as a content warning, and this will be a content warning when we cut, of the entire time. There are instances of child exploitation, abuse, and endangerment, as the title
Okay,
suggests.
so this video is heavy.
Yeah. The video is heavy. So we're gonna get into it now.
Content warning. This video contains descriptions of despicable acts and depravity involving children that may disgust or disturb you. Do not listen to this video in any public places or where others may hear the content.
Also, as a small factor, because I know a lot of Westside Tyler fans are in here, yes, I do watch the videos at like 1.5 to like 2 times speed. I'm sorry, there's a lot I gotta do in a day, and it's easier for me to do it this way and then pause and go back. I apologize.
Described.
I personally don't do that, so don't get mad at me.
Thanks, Greg. Love you too.
Yeah.
Let me put closed captions on as well.
Representation obscured with mosaic overlays may be used. Viewer discretion is advised. On July 29th, 2024, a self-identified leftist online political commentator and live streamer known online by her handle DemonMama aired a roughly 3-hour and 5-minute live stream titled "Xanderhal wants a nuke? Here is your nuke." During the video, she laid out a series of accusations against another politics live streamer in her space, the Xanderhal mentioned in the title. In this live stream, amongst a number of issues, DemonMama claimed Xanderhal was especially onerous in his treatment of an employee known as Cherry Bread in online spaces, particularly accusing him of withholding pay for selfish reasons and generally being abusive.
So just to kind of go over this, we went over this before, but that was kind of the big inciting moment for a lot of this most recent version of coverage. She's been covered. DemonMama and Vosh have been covered throughout kind of their careers. Specifically, more recently was the whole tax folder leak, shit like that. But it's really important to identify that Xanderhal was not right in what he said. I do want to point that out. I don't have the specific links of what he said about Keffels. Keffels is also, a piece of shit. I'm not going to lie. Fucking stealing GoFundMe money and whatever to fucking put it up all your nose is fucking disgusting. I don't care. As somebody who... Listen, no, I will say this. As somebody who has worked in substance use counseling for a very long time, I have a lot of care and love for those who deal with addiction. It is not an easy disease. It is an all-encompassing disease. It is psychological. Your brain physically changes. It's a socioeconomical disease. It changes everything. It's a social disease. But the thing is that if you know that harm is being done and funds are being misappropriated, that's a crime. That is legitimately a crime. And to withhold that information, and this is something I don't like about this community, that Tyler is going to speak about, it's withholding that information and not having integrity for it. I know Tyler's going to go over it in a little bit, but this is something that kind of struck me as odd in the coverage of a lot of things that happened, especially before this video came out, and not necessarily odd about Tyler's coverage, but just the coverage in general, is these individuals will never take the moment to call out each other, but what they will do is hold on to little personal nukes for assured destruction. It's mutual destruction. You know who else does that? Pedophiles. Pedophiles do that. They know what each other has because it's mutually assured that if you fuck around and you leak the documents, if you leak these photos and videos, I will leak yours. I have evidence of you enjoying this. I have evidence of you distributing this. It's all mutually assured, so you can't out me. How can you out me? Because we're all in this together. Because if you out me, you out yourself. You can't whistleblow shit. And that's what it feels like in this community is that everyone has like dirt on each other and nobody wants to do anything or say anything because if they do so, it's all mutually assured destruction. Greg, you were going to say something?
I was not. I was not expecting, as I did not expect the comparison that you were making.
I mean, it unfortunately it is a comparison to be made. It's really unfortunate. I don't like making that comparison. I really don't like that analysis of what it is, but that's what happened. Like this is the reality. Is that it does break my heart in a lot of ways that is how the world works, and that's how a leftist space works, as someone who does believe in progressive policies, workers' rights, equality for minority groups, and all of those things. This is vile. And as someone who's a member of the LGBTQ IA plus community, this is fucking insane. Now back to the video.
Now, mind you, these were not issues that DemonMama had just found out about or that had recently occurred, but rather had happened over half a year prior and never been reported. Allegations that included abuse of a worker by their employer.
Okay, so he did include them. So just to read them out. So I'm fucked. Still no money, and it still does not show as pending in my bank account. Okay, the number was wrong, confirmed. The 4K went to some rando. It has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP, emergency, fucked, homeless. Now I'm homeless.
Exploitation.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
Cherry.
While Xanderhal
Why?
was justifiably browbeaten.
So this is something, and I'll let Tyler kind of go back to it. So that was one of the things was Xanderhal was apparently not getting money. He allowed his editor to also be his finance manager because apparently Cherry had connected him.
I forgot about that. Oh.
Yeah, because Cherry had connected him to Whiteleaf and Progressive Victory, and apparently he was owed like 4K from Progressive Victory. Now here's the thing. And this is very, very interesting and very, very true. If you're being paid by this is essentially like a PAC. This is a lobbyist group. You can say whatever you want to say about it. You're being paid for an agenda. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that nobody is not paid for an agenda. There's reality. We live in a world where that is a thing. It happens all the time. But don't be surprised if shit happens. And that's the same thing to people who watch content creators. Don't be surprised if somebody is, espousing a specific, not necessarily espousing specific beliefs, but promoting a company that they work for and they're not being paid by them. They are being paid by them. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting bread. It's such a weird fucking thing. Get your bread. Get your fucking bread. This is a bakery.
We're not political, guys. But we're not political, guys.
We're not political, but just get your bread. That's all I'm asking. Just get the fucking bread.
Employer, exploitation, and even death threats.
Yeah.
While Xanderhal was justifiably browbeaten for his bad behavior, for some reason, only I was asking a question that I thought would be obvious to everybody. What kind of person covers up evidence of abuse and death threats for months in order to blackmail somebody? The answer is the sort of person who will cover up other stuff as well. And that answer led, obviously, to the second question. What kind of stuff?
Fashion. He got uppity with me because I made fun of the idea.
Anybody with a passing knowledge of DemonMama knows she's closely connected to and in real life friends with Ian Kaczynski, known online as.
Also, Vosh's name being Ian Kaczynski. I don't usually make fun of names, but Ian, really? You got a face like that and a fucking beard like that, and your name is fucking Ian? A video up just a bit.
Yeah.
What would you name him then? Go on.
Yeah, go on.
What would I name him?
His mom. Go on.
Go on.
Or dad.
Go on.
I don't know who named him.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm gonna.
He looks like that. What's his name?
What's his name? Steven. His name looks like he'd be Steven. He looks like a Steven.
Yeah. I was gonna go to bat for him, but I think you're right. Steven is very good.
Yeah, get fucked. No, I love you, Greg. Yeah, your new name is Steven. Also, what the fuck is happening with your hair in the back right now? I know what's like. Listen, I know you're wearing ear protection and all that shit, but like, what are you doing? Also, what's this fucking like? Oh, we're lefties with guns bullshit. Like, listen, I don't really like care.
Craig also works pretty well.
Craig also works very well. Like, listen, I don't care if you do or don't believe in the Fourth Amendment, right? Or is this the Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment?
We're not political.
We're not political. I can't remember.
No, we don't know numbers either.
No, we don't. Like, I don't.
Actually, yeah, I don't remember all of a sudden either. No, I saw this. I mean, okay, whatever. I don't care about this picture. Make fun. He just looks like a guy with a gun. I don't care. Like,
yeah, yeah. Again, like it's just a guy with a gun. This is great. We love to see queer people armed to the teeth. Oh boy. So this is, I do want to just point out that this is the community that they foster. Again, I believe in leftist beliefs. That's not my thing here. It's just like, this looks like a cult photo.
Have you been shooting?
Sorry, I've never been shooting before. Thank you.
Then let's not.
Lol.
Like the ear protection, all the stuff that they have right now, like this is fine. Like,
No,
there's nothing to make fun of here, really.
No.
I don't like it. I don't like Vosh. I
Yeah,
don't like Vosh
how
for multiple reasons. I don't like Vosh for all the shit he's done. I don't like Vosh for trying to say goblins were actually just like little children or whatever. Like it was just like it's all bad. But this, whatever. We need it.
Well, wait. Can I ask you a question? How do you feel about hashtag battle queers?
What?
That's the hashtag.
Oh, I wasn't looking at.
It's hashtag
Stop. I'm not looking. I'm not. Hit play. Hit play before I get mad and hang up. Hit play before I get mad. Please.
It's Vosh Vidya, or Vosh. Vosh's roughly half-decade-long career online has been plagued with a series of scandals involving his ready use of child pornography and child sexual abuse as a rhetorical lever while crafting arguments.
Lord,
in fact,
help me.
much of Vosh's
Okay, Vosh Vidya. So now that we've brought up the sexual tension up to a simmering level in here, I want to know what you think.
rhetorical structure revolves
Poppy,
around the use of sexual innuendo and even
I was actually thinking about how Trump has made another deal with Pelosi. Holy shit.
outright gross sexual imposition against others.
Vosh Vidya.
Some of the best known
I know you want to see, but you're a spiteful fuck, and I know you have a share of my dick pics around. So this is something that's
Again, see, there's so much more to make fun of him for.
Yeah.
Him practicing gun safety is whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not making fun of the gun safety shit as much. I just thought it was funny. But no, so this is something we'll go into it a lot more, right? With the whole DemonMama stuff. But I will say this: sex positivity does not equal you being a fucking creep on the internet. And it does not equal you being a fucking creep to your fans. That is not what sex positivity is. This will be discussed further in this video, but I want to make that readily known because I think that one of the issues that we see when people talk about, progressive movements and oh my God, I can't believe you're so sex positive. All you do, blah, 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 blah. It's these fucking people. It's this fucking abhorrent shit thinking that, being a sex positive community means you can talk to your fans and contemporaries like they're fucking holes or rods. It is not okay. This is not what sex positivity is. And this shit does make me angry. Like, if I had anything that made me angry above a lot of different things, this fucking pisses me off. That's not what sex positivity is about, and get the fuck off.
Would you call it performative sex positivity?
It is performative. That's what a lot of this is. A lot of these people are fucking performative as shit.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you go out and you make your movements, sure. You know what? You show up to rallies, that's okay. But what you're doing behind the scenes is insane. This is what my personal belief on the content creation that we have here is I'm not going to espouse beliefs and then not continue that when I turn off this stream or when I talk to my friends privately. If that is what I am doing, that is just the most abhorrent thing of all time. You're not standing on principles, and specifically for political streamers, their platform and their integrity is what matters most. How they present the news, how they interpret the news, and how they look at their specific ideologies, whether it's the right or the left, how they present that, it's about their integrity. And specifically for the left, it is a party based on, trying to do the right thing for everybody, and to espouse those beliefs and do this shit behind your Discord and behind the screen is fucking insane.
Memes regarding the, at the time of writing, 457,000 sub YouTuber involved painting him as a child sexual predator and his
Okay, this is CNN breaking. During some heavy shelling in the city of Kyiv, former primary school teacher Ivan Kuczynski, I want to point out that he was a fucking primary school teacher. I want that to sink in for a second, that he was a primary school teacher and had lolly porn on his computer. That's insane.
Yeah, it all sucks. Like, it's bad. Like, I don't like this man. There's not much else I can say.
It's just wild. Kaczynski has been traveling throughout the city, and taking care of unaccompanied minors. Locals have started calling him the Kiev Kid Finder for his seemingly supernatural ability to find young boys who don't have anybody protecting them. I don't know how fucking. If this is a fucking true fucking tweet, I want to fucking.
There's no way. This is not a real tweet.
This is fucking killing me right now. Hey,
What?
Killjoy, if you're in the fucking chat right now, because I know that you, or if Ash, if you're in the chat right now, can we confirm if this is a real fucking tweet? Because if this is a real fucking tweet, I kind of want to just jump.
Exactly.
I kind of want to jump.
Here's the
off
thing.
a
I don't
fucking
know why. I don't think Tyler would.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't real.
I'm pretty sure it's real. I'm kind of
Again, there's nothing wrong with double checking. I'm just saying that, like, I at least definitely at this point, I trust Tyler's credibility enough that he also wouldn't just be talking out of his ass and, like, you know, putting his idea, his not his idea, his
Hey,
like he was an actual journalist, like for
Yeah.
a real one. Like I don't think he would put that on the line,
Hey,
especially for a fucking bot
hold
tweet.
up. Hey, Killjoy, is this fucking CNN tweet? Like, is this like a meme, or is it like? I assume it's real.
This feels like a shit post.
Like, this feels like a shit post, but is this fucking thing real right now? Because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind if it's real.
Chat, is this real?
Chat, is this real? Because I'm not okay.
Chatta.
I'm not okay.
Chatta.
Yeah, this is a fucking wild tweet. If real, it's very uncomfortable. I don't know I feel so uncomfortable right now. Oh my gosh. I mean, we'll continue with the video, and
Oh, okay. I was just sent a link. Thank you, Killjoy. Let me copy that and I'll pop it into here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Killjoy, if you ever want to message me anytime, you're cool. You know, Grimjow Jaggerjaws. You know.
You can also just do it yourself and say hi.
I am going to say hi, but it's more importantly, like, listen, Bleach. Bleach is my shit. Let it be.
I have feelings about Bleach, but that's another time.
Leave Bleach alone.
Grimjow is one of the best things out of Bleach. I'll say.
Bleach. Oh, okay, so it's a Reuters interview. Get that flashbang ready. Oh God. Continue without supporting us. You can't listen. You know what?
That is so dramatic.
You can't write it like that and not expect me to hit that button.
also, there's a flashbang. Like, why can't I just put this in dark mode? Oh yeah. Okay. A screenshot of a fabricated CNN tweet posts that reports on what it says is a former primary school besieged in the Ukraine city to look for unaccompanied children that has been interpreted as authentic by some on social media. Okay, so this thing so I guess this is fake. But it is.
I was actually about to point out. I was just realized that, like, looking at it again, I realized there's no date, there's no nothing. It's literally just CNN. I don't even think the picture has like their at.
Yeah, he is. Grimjow is a cat man and not a cat boy. Bleach is also fucking fire. It's Killjoy. We will talk about this. I'm gonna DM you later because I got some shit.
Just do a whole stream about it.
Yeah, I'll invite Killjoy on. We'll do a Bleach stream. How that fucking show hurt me.
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about the Nirvana album.
Oh my god! All right, we're gonna go back. Fuck off. Yeah, we're in theater.
Okay, yeah, like, because if I'm looking at it again, like, there's no date, there's no nothing. Like, yeah okay.
It's just, you know, haha, tee hee, fuck off, Vosh.
An outspoken.
But the fact that article does exist for real, hilarious.
Oh god, that is fucking immense.
When are we getting an Animorphs movie?
This flashbanged me. What are you? Oh good god.
Oh, they reached out to Vosh for comment on that fucking Reuters article. Yeah. That's fucking funny.
They did.
Yo, that's fucking funny.
Acts of bestiality is a male horse.
Yep.
This culminated in early February.
So he wants to be the male horse. I think, so if people don't know who Copenseed or Beckett is, Copenseed, another streamer, I think they did something, he said something really interesting that we can go on later, but there's an argument to be made that maybe Vosh doesn't want to be the horse, but also be fucked by the horse. There's like a weird argument to be made about that.
You had to pause it on this one.
Oh yeah, I know.
We're not even 3 minutes in.
This is the photo that kills me. Why does he?
We're not gonna get through this.
We are gonna get through it.
But I will real quick just say about. Okay, yeah, it's not a real tweet. However, the article is real. And that's good enough for me. Like he
Sure.
wouldn't just
Yeah,
fucking put
that's-
some
yeah.
shit up on here for no
Where
reason,
there's
especially on something so
reaching out. Hey,
serious.
were you in?
Did
Were
you,
you
like imagine being imagine that's the call you get? Hey, we saw this thing.
Do you want to comment on this?
Lord, that's
What do you feel
so
about it?
that's so funny. Oh my god, my dog is like staring at me right now. She's like, "What are you doing, Dad?" And I'm just like, "I don't know, kiddo.
I'm working, honey.
I'm
I
working."
hope you know. What the fuck? You're the one
I'm
that has
worried.
everything.
I know. Yeah, continuing.
February 2024, when Vosh accidentally streamed the contents of a folder filled with pornography to a live audience of thousands, including a drawn image involving children performing oral sex on a horse. This is actually an important detail for later. Now colloquially known as the taxes folder incident, Vosh's pornography drop was condemned by nearly the entirety of the internet, with a few notable exceptions. To this day, DemonMama has never openly condemned Vosh for his possession of these materials, and, from what I understand, discussion of the topic is largely banned on her Discord server.
Skill. That one mid-transition image looks like it's straight out of the Walton Files.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's so fucked. It's so weird.
Did he just have that file folder open up ahead of time? And that's why like tabbed it or something?
it's good that you noticed that because the video does show what happens.
The answer to this quandary isn't deep. DemonMama
I think it's in this. I think it's in here.
It's not.
Okay, maybe not.
So no biggie.
I remember seeing it. He kind of just goes through his files, like through his downloads and shit, and inside of his own files tab is just the fucking image, and there are some images out of the files tab itself.
Doesn't that mean that it was recently like opened? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
All right, guy.
But
All right,
that's
guy.
but that's the thing is Vosh.
Wood chipper. What is it?
Wood chipper time.
You can't exactly like you can't defend this. And if you're defending this, if you are examining this, if you think that this is the right way to go about content, I don't know what to tell you. It's insane. Also, as a small side note, Tyler, if you're listening,
why are you yelling?
well, the only reason I'm saying this is that you might want to edit out what you're signed into next time. I noticed this when I was watching it. Like your own kind of email profile, as well as your channel is fine, but the email profile kind of made me giggle a little bit. I'm sorry for drawing attention to it. Just like as that's like an aside.
Making a Twitter docs right now.
Yeah, make the Twitter docs, I guess. All right, so this is the let's go into this part. I'm gonna go back a second because this is kind of where it gets crazy.
DemonMama simply doesn't mind possession of these sorts of materials.
I know you would throw a fit if I didn't.
This is Pseudo-Fawn, DemonMama's longtime partner and one of the two notable members of the polyamorous relationship she shares with Doe, another slightly less well-known streamer with some presence in the debate sphere.
So there is a moment, just as a preface to you, Greg, and to the audience. Oh, what a fucking image! Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It looks
this is horrible.
And not only that, it looks like Tyler has a septum piercing in a weird way. So that's funny. So
it reminds me of that Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings edit where Gandalf's getting crossfaded in, and or no, it's I forget it. It's Elrond and Frodo or whatever. Oh, that's so funny.
Just so this will be an aside for right now, and I do want to kind of point this out. What's that on their shoulder? I don't. Maybe a tattoo or a birthmark. I kind of don't. I unfortunately don't know. Skill. So at this point, so DemonMama has two partners at this time. I don't know. I know one of them is still a partner. I don't know if they both are specifically.
Oh yeah, that was one that it's not even a joke anymore. I forgot what I wanted to say earlier. Two things at the beginning of this was polyamory PR in the garbage. 100% taking L's. All right. Just point that out there. Really, really, really sucks.
Yeah.
He says something, and I think in this blurb, and if I hear it, I'll probably laugh. But like, it was so serious, and I was at work, and I remember I was like literally like putting together stuff for burgers, and he said something like polish the carrot, and I dropped the whole thing because it was so out of nowhere for me. I just started laughing, and I know none of my coworkers can hear what I'm listening to, so I can't just start yelling about polishing the carrot on a fucking.
What do you mean? I polish the carrot all the time. I make sure to inspect the carrot, look at the carrot, polish it very slowly, make sure to peel the carrot open.
You're that flexible.
It's very often too. Falgi texts me every time he does.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm glad you're there to support him.
Yeah, he sometimes
you can call it that.
Sometimes I think about Greg holding the carrot for me while I polish it. It's just one of those things.
Wow.
But going back into this is just as for viewers to watch this, and anybody on the VOD as well. There will be a moment where Tyler incidentally mixes Doe and Fawn up, and it's important to note. But I do think that the reason I forgive that as much as I can. A, because this was a hard story to go through, and B, more importantly, there's a lot to this story where I'm sorry, unless and we'll talk about it. Oh, the fucking carrot! Oh god, the carrot's gonna become a meme in this fucking community. I can already feel it.
Wait, if you don't just keep talking.
I have Streisand infected myself. We'll go. It goes on later into this video, but there is something that. You can't hide certain aspects of this from the world, from your partners. And I will make a claim later when we get there.
Fawn began dating DemonMama, real name Emily Sovis, sometime in June of 2017, according to a tweet posted to Fawn's Twitter.
So Fawn's Twitter says, I don't have any exact dates anymore, but the first time at DemonMama Real said she'd take me on a date was in June 2017. We've been together for 4 years now, and during that time, she's helped me grow so much as a person, and she has taken care of me and our partners through painful times. This was June 1st, 2021.
In July.
July. I'm stupid. I can't read. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Tyler, for the in real time correction.
Some general internet sleuthing helped narrow down Sovis's original home to Henrietta, New York, which also let us get the most important bit of information: her actual birth date, which was in October of 1990.
I just want to. Tyler, I don't know if you'll see this video. I am sure that you have watched a lot of streams, and I'm sure that this is maybe not one of the streams that you will watch.
Okay, Glazer, let's just say it.
I'm going to glaze them. The fact that there is a level of professionalism, and at the time of recording, at the time of this, I have to watch a fucking Mr. Beast video where the first 45 minutes is a guy crying that he faked a fucking meteorite hitting his car.
I mean, nobody is making you do that.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate.
I'm gonna throw that out there. Nobody's.
It's news. I kind of have to, but like, there's a breath of fresh air in this analysis, and just the level of expertise that went into this. So, hey, Tyler, if you're watching, you did this fucking good. You probably already know, but this is fucking good.
That makes DemonMama currently 33, and according to Discord messages, Fawn attended the first Salt Lake Comic Con.
Okay, so just kind of stopping. I went to Salt Lake Comic Con. I went to the first Salt Lake Comic Con dressed as a biker from Hotline Miami. Cascade Royal Fiddle, I don't know who they are. Same, actually. Not the cosplay, though. I used to go every year, and honestly, it was kind of boring, but getting to be there with friends, and, well, it cuts off. Fawn. Yeah, I'm cool. It's just too crowded. It was just a constant meat wall.
Con in 2013.
Let's see. Yep, attended 2013. Crown Kitty. Salt Lake sounds like it's a less depressing New Orleans. What?
Thank you, Makari.
Thanks, Makari. Hi, Makari. Makari. Here, Makari. Here's what I'm gonna do right now. Can I do it from here?
We don't know.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't think you can drag her into the call.
Nope, I made her a moderator.
Oh, okay.
I got to shake Stanley's. Oh, I'm so fucking jealous.
Oh, did you even ask her? Hello?
No, I made her a mod. I'm not gonna tell Makari shit.
Okay. Sometimes you're chosen. Sometimes things come to you.
You know what? Okay, that happened with me with now recording, so okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, Makari is mod. No, but
that's still the funniest shit that ever happened to me.
Shit, Killjoy, that's fucking so awesome, sick.
Killjoy, genuinely, that's awesome.
Also,
I fucking love going to cons and stuff.
Salt Lake City sounds like a less depressing New Orleans is a kind of a fucking statement where it's like the state of Utah is the state of Utah. That's fucking wild.
Have you been?
Yeah, this is a weird comparison.
Yeah, but I've been.
It's a weird comparison, yeah, but like
it is. It's a very weird comparison. Yes, Starshine.
I would
has
not
been
want to
chosen.
go to either. I will, but I don't want to.
Yeah, you know, it's okay. It's. What do you mean you're more worthy than I? QTV, hey QTV, guess what? Guess what?
Oh, we're about to be a
Moderator.
You can't mod all of your chatters.
Killed you.
We're
Killjoy.
gonna be like you know who and have like 20 mods and none of them are on.
Shut up. Enforced modding, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunate.
You fuckface.
You will now mod. There was no.
You will now become mod. Okay, we're gonna go back to this video.
The age of around 16 to 17.
Anime conventions are wacky. Yeah, the fire department was complaining about how crowded it was. Yeah, those fucking mods. I mean, safety. Like
mods on the brain.
Mods on the brain. Get modded. No, convention's wild.
Which would make Fawn around 27 to 28.
Okay, so this is what confirms their age. In 2013, they would have been 16. Not 2013. Yeah, no, 2013, or is it 2003? No, 2013. Am I crazy? Yes. Yeah. So it's 2013, and then that would make their age of the current date about 27, 28.
Now, these ages aren't immediately important, but they will be soon enough. For the better part of a decade, Fawn has expressed public interest in drawing pictures of children.
Oh god, I have to fucking read this.
You don't have to.
I mean, you don't have to. I'd like to actually.
No, we have to. Unfortunately, I wrote an entire. Oh fuck off! I wrote an entire short story about incest, but it's okay because they were aliens with the societal custom of pairing same-gendered siblings, right? I'm just gonna have sex with this. I'm not. Nope.
Yeah, you want me to read
Nope. We aren't. I'm just gonna also make this bigger so I can read the last one. You know what? I'll just move the captions. Oh, I can't move them that far.
That's I had annoying. No idea you.
I didn't know you could do that. What the
fuck?
Wait, you guys didn't know that you
I
could
never
move
have captions on.
Billy learns things
live. No, you could move that. That's crazy.
My only complaint is that you can't. You can only move them kind of up, and you can kind of move them.
That's
to
amazing.
A part of the screen, but you can't move them all over the screen, which is a little annoying.
I have no idea.
It has to deal with where the text starts from. And where it,
for everything that can't be read on the bottom, I am just going to kind of scroll down a little bit. The last one really sucks. At Sin of X showed us traps and Yowie are the best.
Clip it right now.
That's
you wanted to pause and read it. Suffer.
Fuck off.
Children in sexual situations. There are a number of tweets to this effect.
Oh god, there's so fucking many.
I think you could pause it so other people can read it. That's fine. Yeah, but like these are fucking bad. These are bad.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
I regret saying fawn in the beginning of the stream. What I meant is I make dolls. I have a satyr character, a satyr.
You have a satyr.
I have a satyr character that I'm picking either for that to be my face or the face I have now. I probably am gonna switch to the satyr just because I love her.
Yeah, yep.
I did not mean fawn. Holy shit.
We should also note that presumably a lot of these are coming from when Vaughn was an actual teenager, like child, essentially.
Oh, you think that? Oh no, some of these are as late as like 2021.
Yeah. I see the 2019 one.
Oh yeah. No, some of these are really fucking late. That's the other thing. These things are mega fucking late in the lifespan of this. Like I don't know how to like describe that. Oh, let me put on do not disturb because I just realized that. Could somebody stop messaging me, please?
Stop. Bakari gave us all the good emotes.
Did Bakari give us all the good emotes? I will find that out. I forgot to put myself on do not disturb. So yeah, so this is again, I want to point out that this is who you fucking have as a partner. And I don't like people do change. I don't want to say that, but it only gets worse from here somehow. Oh, Fawn, that's a Killjoy. Very good point. Very good point of reference. Fawn was an adult in all of these. I do want to.
2015. I thought that we said.
Well, they were 16 and 17 in like 2013. So
2013. You're right.
At
2013.
At that point, they are a young adult. Now, I will always go out on a limb. YouTube doesn't even show a thumbnail preview. LOL. Falgi, put your Discord in streamer mode. Shaking my head. The reason I don't put it in streamer mode is because I don't like when I can't hear when people join the call, or I can't see when a message comes up. It does actually annoy me. So that's why I don't have it in that way.
Wow.
But yeah, no, this is insane. Like I don't have any words for it. Like fucking talking about cute little show to dick. fucking
Stop.
like,
I'm getting flashbanged by words. Stop.
Just I'm not even gonna touch the one that I'm not showing with our PNGs. I'm not gonna fucking touch it.
That one is the most tame of all.
But the one that is not being the one that's covered by chat, I do want to point out. Sometimes they draw an at Chenadol, Agog, whatever the hell, right?
Now we see it. Oh, fuck.
Sometimes they draw a nice sound boy body, but they will never do the penises right. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't like any of this.
And you've known each other.
Why'd you want to do this one? Why'd you want to do this one?
Why did I want to do? Because it hurts, but this is a story that needs to be like mentioned and told and covered.
And we will do something fun next time. I'm demanding it.
Yes, we will.
Again, I've already seen this video. It's heavy and it hurts, but it's one of those things like this does need to be like these people suck a lot. That's the nicest thing I'll say.
These people suck, and I think something really interesting is for a lot of the Ava Chris Tyson, Mr. Beast drama that's going on right now, as you know, there's a lot of stuff coming out from that camp, and the reason I really haven't covered that, and we may cover it maybe one day. I was hoping to cover something lighter from it, but it seems like that's not happening. Is because Mr. Beast touts himself as a philanthropist through his most recent content. He does not tout himself as a pillar of the leftist community and a pillar of the LGBTQIA plus community. That is what bothers me, is that you are touting yourself as a pillar of this community on the online leftist space, keeping it up, but yet you're allowing this. You're hitching your horse to a fucking burning truck. What are you doing? The cart is burning, and it's been burning before you got there. You ignored it because the heat didn't burn because nobody noticed. It kept you warm. And this shit does make me angry. Going on with Tyler's video.
Couple of them. I am extremely out of the loop in the world of pornography, probably because all I care about is trap and Shota dojins. Shota is
Oh, here we go.
Japanese drawn pornography of prepubescent boys in sexual situations. Also, yo, can anyone hook me up with about 4,000 drawings of traps, shotas, and new halves where I can crop solely to the face? Thanks.
What is that one that I don't know the word of? What is
new halves? From what I understand correctly, maybe somebody can requote me, Makari, or anybody who's actively
Makari
on
now? Why would I throw Makari?
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
We are
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
And now you're just gonna out her? What is happening?
I'm not outing her. She's a mod now. She's a mod now, so I'm giving her responsibilities.
Against her will. Against her will.
Against her will, I'm giving her responsibilities. No, but in all seriousness, like from what I remember, new halves are futanari thing, and for those who don't know, that's women with penises. I believe it's kind of a thing. It's a funny term, I believe. Thank you. Furry term.
Furry.
I'm really wrong.
Someone needs new glasses.
Oh no.
Someone needs new glasses.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know what new halves are. Then maybe I'm incorrect. I thought it was like a fucking. I guess.
You know what's cool? Google.
I don't want to look it up. Look it up. I don't want to look it up.
Somebody look it up, please.
It says from yourdictionary.com. I don't know. Okay. Slang term: a trans woman with male genitalia,
yes.
A pre-op or not. What? Oh, it's just it's just a really shitty way to say like she-male or something.
Yes.
It's okay. All right.
Well, yeah, I fucking knew it. But yeah, it's one of those terms, and again, it's just no QTV. Unfortunately, you're not right. When the stream catches up, you'll see that. But
don't acknowledge the lag.
Don't acknowledge the lag.
Yeah, you'll ruin the immersion.
What are you doing?
The immersion. The immersion. No. You find QTV. You know. No, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so maybe that term, out of all the other terms, is fine. Let's just say, but you have this fucking fascination with underaged pornography, drawn underage pornography. What is going on? This is your partner. And I have more on this topic.
In advance. Understanding the ages of the individuals involved and the context of what led them to this point is important in understanding the actual gravity of the situation when we get to the interview portion of this video and hear from a person who was victimized by these two individuals and who would have been around 13 years old when he started talking to DemonMama in 2016. We'll get to...
I want to point that out. 2016, he was 13 years old.
That is what Tyler said right now, yes.
But I want to reiterate that this only, well, for Greg, this only gets worse.
That shortly, but to clear any confusion, Doe expressed interest in such materials
I mean,
and was
it's also
still
worse for
sharing
you.
and even making them.
Okay,
as
so
recently
this
as this
is
sharing their art.
This
Is that the part where
yeah,
that's the part where he mixed up their names? Okay.
Yeah, this is where I believe potentially I believe
Have a good game,
these are.
Skelly.
Take care, Skelly. Play a commander deck for me. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like the stream if you haven't.
A commander is a type of magic format.
He doesn't know.
I don't.
Why are you just saying words that you
I
don't know?
haven't.
Oh, why are you being streamer on streamer?
I haven't played Magic the Gathering since the after
Then
school program
maybe you don't
in
just say
2005.
maybe you don't just say anything about it.
Maybe we have a
maybe you let Greg say things about it. I don't know.
Yeah. You bring
I'm
me
just
on
saying.
for my one talking point, Magic the Gathering. Why would you overspeak on me in this territory? My only reason why I'm here.
Lord help me. That's not true.
Yeah, Greg's waiting for the Magic the Gathering episode.
So
there's drama in that community. I'm down.
So there is much more.
If you find any, go for it.
Yeah. This is where he meant fawn. Yes.
Okay.
There is much more graphic materials.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that. I do have Beckett's video up if you do want. If that's something that I'm not saying even interested in.
Why don't you just link it in after a stream or something?
How do we find these images?
description.
Were these what they tweeted out? Is this in the Discord? What is this from?
So this is from one of their art pages. This is a DeviantArt page. I do want to point that out. That this is Fawn's DeviantArt page. Yep.
Okay.
Fawn, and this is Doe was not a part of this at this time, but a lot of this just gets worse. But
Fawn
this
and
is
Doe, where those are interchangeable. What is happening?
Yeah, I know it's a weird thing, but this is something really interesting. Is that this right here is the most tame fucking picture, and from what I saw from some of these images, and Tyler will go into it. If you're a Pokemon fan, I know Cloudy, you don't really like Pokemon, so I'm not even gonna. It's
What the
okay.
fuck?
You don't like Pokemon. You've said it.
I didn't.
She didn't go to school.
Oh
so she
no,
didn't get
you
the
guys
full
found this on
brunt of the-
E21. I'm sorry that E621. I do apologize. Then
Okay.
I just want to make something clear. It's not that I don't like Pokemon. I don't get it, and I wasn't allowed to play it as a child because my parents literally thought it was the devil because it had the word evolution in it.
And it's true, and they were right to keep you away from it.
Exactly. So
Thank you.
whenever
thank
you
Jojo,
realize I don't like something or don't know about something, because it's not even that I don't like it. Whenever you realize I just don't know that much about something as popular as Pokemon, it's because of my parents thinking it was the devil.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, I was allowed to play Diablo 2. So I don't know. I don't try
Well,
to figure out
that's
why
history,
they're
that's
like this.
They're just recreating history.
That's true. They wanted me to make sure I was prepared for hell.
They let you play Dante's Inferno for the Xbox 360.
they wanted you to know what creationism looked like.
Yeah.
Live there. But that doesn't make any sense because there's a god Pokemon. But now that we're digressing, one of the things I noticed with a lot of Fawn's art that has been shown
I hate that.
so
Real
far.
quick, can we go past? I'm tired of staring at this thing's little butt. Can you play it
Extremely
for a little bit and then
animals
keep
and their
talking?
own childish avatar creature on furry fetish website.
This might be the rest of the
E621.
video.
Okay,
I don't think there's
E621.
another- Oh, okay.
We're gonna go back to it. E621. I love Pokemon, so I can fact check whatever. Thank you, Starshine.
Thank you, Starshine.
So one of the things I want to point out is that from what I have seen, and if you know Pokemon, you know the art that was shown off, on this from Fawn is the earliest version of a Pokemon. Some Pokemon do evolve, shit like that. Some of them don't, and it's always specifically the baby version of all of these Pokemon, and that's something that is insane to me. I don't understand. Like that was something that if you don't know how insidious that is, it's fucking insidious. And it's just the tip of the iceberg that makes I fucking hate it. It does make me this stream is going to make me angry. I already know.
I didn't think about it, but all the Pokemon that people want to fuck, I never think about them being the pre-forms. I never thought about the pre-evolutions. So I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
It puts it in fucking context.
As children in the tags. If you are
Yes, I want to point out
Oh damn! He literally says where it's from. Man,
Yeah.
if only we watched
If only
more.
Stewie would have watched video.
No. He did say it was E621. No, he also said that in the tags of these photos, it says children.
Yeah, we heard.
I know. It's just
It
fucking,
hurts
it's
so
crazy.
bad.
It hurts.
A remotely normal person, you will hear the things that I'm saying and probably think to yourself, what on earth is going on with these people? I asked the same question, and a very, very curious thing happened. A lot of people from DemonMama's community and the larger Vosh orbiter space seemed extremely concerned about everything regarding the way I talked about her bizarre behavior.
All right, so somatostatic, which if I remember correctly is also can't imagine wanting to see Pichu like that actually evil. Last time you read it, you're completely correct. Like it is
Literally, yeah.
It's insane. Like it's just it's like I think that's what it is. I think that's what also bothers me a lot when you see things like this. Is listen, I understand that there are people that want to fuck the Pokemon. I'm not going to be here and judge people who do identify as a furry. That is definitely not what I ever want to do.
Oh no.
I'm not. Yeah, hell yeah, thank you. But like it's just like it's this perversion of things that normal people can enjoy, and there's no such thing as normal. But you know what I mean? Like there are accepted ways, quote unquote, to enjoy this, and you're just fucking perversing it entirely.
Would you use your catchphrase in this particular instance? Would you use your famous?
It is
catchphrase?
insano in the fucking braino.
He said it, chat. Yay!
Yeah, get the fucking bingo card up. I said it, insano in the fucking braino. No,
They
but
said it again. Drink.
Oh, fuck off. So if I remember correctly, Killjoy, you can correct me. I believe Somatostatic is one of the top dono people, or just a regular community member of DemonMama's. Just if you can, just correct me. But I'm gonna just read what they said, because this is specifically about Tyler. In my view, this is moral grandstanding, guilt by association. I don't believe that this is a genuine effort to be truthful. It's just looking for shit to attack people over. And while people can have moral stances on all of the particulars, it doesn't change the fact of what the larger strategy is. And then what Kill Mickey Mouse says, so it's mudslinging. Yes,
Sorry.
You're describing mudslinging. Breaking mud is cleaning equals good. Throwing mud is mean, dirty, bad. Oh, they're just a regular member if they are regular. Don't remember if they are an oiler. Okay, I was trying to remember specifically.
Yeah, I'll say I'm not sure where you got the donation.
I thought it was at the end. There's an end of the video thing where it talks about the top donators. For some reason, I did think it was one of them. I'm asking to be corrected. See, I'm not crazy. I'm asking to be corrected.
Notes.
I took some notes. I don't have the notes tab on. I can't see the notes tab on right now.
You look at his notes and it just slowly goes into a spiral.
Stop. This is not fucking Junji Ito, and I'm just writing the fucking spiral over and over. God damn. I also realized that our avatars were hiding the fucking captions, but it's okay. We're gonna continue.
Except the fact that her partner of over half a decade likes polishing the carrot to draw on pictures of children in
There you go, Cloudy.
Can't say that.
Polishing the carrot.
sexual situations. These include names of people like Somniostatic and Gay Fesh, who are often seen in Vosh's chat giving donos and out.
Hey, look at that. I'm not crazy. I did remember that. I don't know if Somnio is a top donor, but very often does donate. Gay Fesh does donate a lot as well, apparently, from what I understand. See, I wasn't crazy. I remember.
Okay. I was just asking where it was from.
Yeah. So, again, just to kind of read some of the tweets that are out there. Okay, fine. I think you're all acting like Kiwi Farms Light and pretending you're making moral decisions. God, we're fucking 2 for 2 streams on fucking invoking Kiwi Farms name. But really, you are all just falling for groupthink nonsense based on moral crusading towards people that, as it's already been well established, are hyperfixations of Tyler and have been for a while. I think it's toxic, destructive, and only serves one person, not that person's community. This is just how places get toxic and weird and fall apart over time. Hey, fucking throwing stones in a glass house, dumbass. What do you think is happening to your community right now? That is essentially what your community continues to do. Instead of offering solutions, you brigaded and followed people that were ideologically disagreeing with you on anything, even people in your own fucking communities. Fucking glass houses, dumbass. And here's Gay Fesh. I know people can't see it. The avatars thing I'm gonna have to fix one of these days. Oh, Jesus. If she covers the Westside Tyler video and sees him threaten to dox me and assault me, I'm thinking to keep that shit quiet. Just asking friends to report the video. I do not want that to become discourse. So,
all right, guy.
So what you're doing is that you're asking them to mass report a video of something he did not say?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Like you could see your way out of this one. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, from what I understand, Gayfesh is just like almost just a leftist lolcow at this point, and people have been clowning on him for a fucking while, and he just kind of goes from community to community, false flagging things, and because he is known as that, nobody fucking likes him, and he just found his way into this community. But we'll continue.
Side of Vosh's chat doing whisper campaigns and trying, sometimes successfully, to get people's social media accounts.
Hold up. So I'm just gonna put this up again. Okay. Ooh, chat's kind of covering it. It's okay. Chat, I'm kind of covering it. I apologize, but I'm gonna read it for you. In the literal sense, yes. Sunday is banned because I banned him. President Sunday is another leftist kind of streamer. Unfortunately, he's gonna be relevant in this conversation a little bit later. I don't know him very well. I don't really watch his content, but he will become relevant in this conversation a little bit. And that's post this video's release. Why did I ban him? Well, it's probably has something to do with the fact that he's a deranged stalker who is violating every boundary I set up to get him to leave me alone. He'd get in my DMs. He'd go around blocks. He'd at me in other people's chats. He'd show up in my own stream chat. So I decided that I didn't really feel safe allowing him in a community that I moderated, because I should have not been submitted to a stalker just because I'm moderating a community space he's tangential to. Sunday is banned because, as always, he could not stop being himself. That shit is wild. I don't know what the Poppy Xena stuff is. Starshine, if you can give us a small TLDR, if it's at all possible, or if somebody here knows what that stuff is, I don't know. That's food for thought. But again, we're gonna continue.
Shut down, but they can't all know each other, right? Well, here they are in DemonMama's stream at the same time during a reveal of her persona. Posadas John, another consistent Vosh pay pig, is also there, and they all know the porno artist who drew DemonMama's persona, creature thing. And
so I do want to pause this for a second, because I'll pause off of it.
I find that strange.
I'll pause off of it. Give me a second.
For some reason, it's hard for people to articulate these ideas in this space because
right there is fine. Just all the weird art.
Yeah, I didn't want to pause on the weird art. Okay, leave me be. Gee, guys, this is why we do a live stream. We do it live.
I will say, I think whatever art that is, whoever did it, I think that's some good art. Unless that person's a terrible person, then I hate them.
But at the same time, I think it's just one of those things that's just like, I don't know if they're some of the people who draw the more
we'll never know, because I'm not going to look it up.
Insane things that they like.
Yeah. One of the things I'm going to say, and this is just my conjecture, these are my alleged thoughts in regards to just how this video will play out, as well as just seeing what's going on with this. They are both within their own furry community. And this is not to attack anybody in the furry community at all. I know furry individuals. They're fucking the sweetest people I've ever met. But it's very obvious that DemonMama and her partners they are gravitated towards each other through their shared kinks. So if you have said shared kinks, it is not so far-fetched to imagine that they also have shared kinks when it comes to things like Shota, things like Lolly, and other kind of instances like that. And one of the more heinous things is this idea of anatomically correct furry art, which is that's just zoophilia. I don't know how to describe it any other way than it's just zoophilia. I'm not making any allegations of bestiality. That's a whole different topic. But it's looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. I think it's a fucking duck. No pun intended. Like it's bizarre. But that's one of the things is like, and that's how relationships work sometimes, is that you meet someone with like-minded interests, and kinks are one of them. And it just seems like there's too much that they share not to share that one thing. Again, I'm not alleging that anybody is a pedophile, or specifically I'm not alleging that DemonMama is a pedophile. What I am doing is just connecting the dots that there's just way too many weird coincidences. There's just too many of them to count.
Around DemonMama, Vosh, and the other individuals mentioned. A cult that I believe threatens, coerces, and blackmails other creators into obedience. And it sounded much, much more far-fetched, even to me when I was just sharing my thoughts about it on stream. But you know who didn't think it sounded far-fetched? The person I'm going to introduce you to right now. All right. So go ahead, introduce yourself, and then we can just hop into the timeline of stuff.
Okay. I am Glooby. I was a thumbnail artist for DemonMama, and I've known her for about 8 years. I would consider myself, or I did consider myself, a close friend of hers for a good amount of time. I suppose I should just get into the timeline then. I met DemonMama, as she's mentioned on stream a couple times, on Overwatch in 2016. I think late 2016 at the latest. I was 13, 14 at the time, and our relationship just started off like friendly, and we played games together. I eventually was introduced to her partners, and we played as well. And
can I ask you a little bit about those? So how did you first meet for real? Like, so what you said you were playing a game? What game were you playing? And how old were you at the time?
So I was 13 or maybe 14 at the time. I think 13, because it would have been, if I remember correctly, it was on Overwatch on a King's Row.
Okay, so I want to point out that this individual met them at about 13 or 14. I just want to point that out. It's wild. That's like, I don't, in a fucking Overwatch game of all things. Too Mad.
Another reason why that game is bad.
Fucking Too Mad's ghost is like it fuck somehow came rear its ugly head. I'm just gonna change.
Stop. Let him just.
I just want to. Can I change the?
He's driving in Oregon in heaven.
Can I put a background color on this? I'm just gonna put a different background color on the.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know you could do this.
Yeah,
wow, I'm learning so many new things.
Yeah, I'm putting a new background color on it so people can read it. I'm going to also change the font color to black so it's a little bit easier to read.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Do we not like the black? Wait, how old was she when this stuff happened? So she's currently 30 now. This happened in what, 2013? So she was already a legal adult.
It'd have to be 2016 if
sorry
and was 13 when these events.
Okay, 2016, excuse me.
Math is not our strong suit,
33 now. How old were you? So 25.
Okay, that's 25. Okay, so Starshine, Poppy and Xena are streamers who are also a polyamorous couple. They had a decent following until it came out that their adult chronically ill child was being really mistreated by them. There's more. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so DemonMama is 33.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll
Holy fuck yeah.
Thank you so much, Starshine. Oh my god.
How do I change this thing?
DemonMama is 33, yeah.
Background color, font size, background opacity.
Oh no, Starshine, that's perfect. I'd love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna make the opacity a little bit bigger so people can see it on the stream. Okay, you're just not going up? Okay.
It wouldn't have been during any of the holiday stuff, so it wouldn't have been like decorated towards it. So it would have probably been summer of 2016. So I would have been 16 at the time, or not 16, sorry, 13 at the time.
So 13.
I met her. She was in voice call and in the like match lobby, and people were like giving her shit for like talking. I'm guessing, I'm assuming it's because she's a trans woman and just people being bigoted and shitty. And I was like a goober little kid, so I was like, fuck those people. If you want, we could go play. We were doing well, yada yada. And we ended up grouping up together after that game and just continued playing throughout the night, and then we added each other on Discord. I don't know if it was that day or after a bit, but I know we played for a good bit, and then that's how we started talking online and all that.
And I think
Starshine, real quick. Hey, Moist. Thank you for coming around.
I think that is it.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, she was in her mid-20s when all this started. That's just
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Guess what? Hey, dude. Guess what?
Don't.
You.
Without asking, don't.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what, dude?
Oh my god.
You get added as moderator now. Starshine. Just as a real quick thing, if you can send me the messages, please do not put them in the Discord. That is not our Discord, so I don't want to flood somebody else's Discord. If you don't mind just sending me everything.
It's not, but we also just like we're all in it. So.
Yeah, I know, but I feel weird about putting shit in Diesel's Discord. That's for us.
Do you want me to ask him?
Later. I don't want. I love that man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. God damn it. Welcome to it.
I'm aware that DemonMama's age is she was born in 1990, I believe, so she would be about 26 in 2016.
I did not know that was her age. Good to know, actually. So that actually helps me a lot timeline wise here. So that will give me some good. Oh, that makes that worse.
Yeah,
knowing that.
Sorry, I went through. I endeavored to find necessary information because it's obviously quite relevant to this, knowing that the individual would be 13 years older than you. If you're 26 is
Thank you,
a substantial
Sorry
difference.
about that.
That's insane that DemonMama is double his age. That fucking boggles my fucking mind, man. I don't like Greg.
Hey.
That's fucking insano in the braino. God damn. Oh, also for people who are just joining us now, if you see in our community, if you look at the pinned, we do now have a Stream Elements page. You can, if you wish to, you don't have to. You can subscribe. You can send tips. Be greatly appreciated. Again, you don't have to do it, but we do have that now. So thumbs up.
But you guys hopped into the Discord and started talking immediately off and on. Did you join her Discord or did you just friend each other?
There was, I think, a server that I was, I forget. I know there was a couple people in it that she still has around. I know Fawn was in it, a partner at the time that she had, that she's not dating anymore. Some other folk that were just chill. What's it called? I know at first it was just DMs, and then I was invited into a server where we would go into VC, and it was either a server or a private DM call, or like one of the group ones. I can't remember specifically, but I think it was a server because it had VCs and text chats. I think.
And what did you guys talk about, and what was the nature of the server?
It was pretty casual. I know there was an art section, so it might have, yeah, it definitely, okay, so it was probably a server then if it had an art section, and I know Fawn posted her stuff there, and I posted my stuff there. If it wasn't a server, then it was definitely in DMs or whatever.
So it is kind of revealed later that it was more of a Discord DM, like a group DM kind of conversation, from what I can see in the evidence that will be shown on screen in a little bit. But I do want to point out that this is a 13-year-old who has joined this DM, and with a bunch of adults, by the way. And if it's not apparent enough or obvious enough, if you are not in a parental role, a teaching role, a sibling, a fucking uncle or anything, like if you are quote unquote just their random friend, why are you befriending a fucking minor? I don't understand how that is what you decided would be the way that you conduct yourself. How do you, like, I don't understand where the thought process is for a 26-year-old to befriend a minor. And even if you're going to say, oh, well, DemonMama didn't know his age. First off, I'm pretty sure DemonMama did. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. I can't remember if there's evidence of that. I know DemonMama knows that Glooby here is a minor at one point. At least at one point, and it's verifiable. But it's something else. It's like, you just know when you're talking to somebody who is under the age of 18. You hear it in their fucking voice. I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so fucking angry.
Private chat with all of this in it, because I remember us talking about the different art and DemonMama being there and Fawn being there and some other folk being there. I don't want to name them. If I do name these people, I don't want them to like get thrown through the gutter for this because they were just there.
My primary focus on individuals that would have been around DemonMama at the time are on people that are still around her now.
Okay.
So DemonMama, Fawn, notable figures in her community like Gay Fesh and the like. Any of those individuals, I would like for you to bring up if it's okay with you. But anybody who's a sort of like a private citizen and has since departed, there's absolutely no reason to bring them up.
Then in that case, I won't bring them.
Okay, so Glooby and Ico, Ico is another streamer, both cleared up that they knew the entire time. It was a known thing in the Discord. So it was a known thing in the Discord that they had a minor. Now, it's not necessarily in this stream. I do just kind of want... I'm not going to click off of this video. I might have to click off of this video for a second. Well, no, because this is not just the first instance of a minor being there, because guess what? It was not just... It's a known thing in the Discord. It was also known that there were minors in DemonMama's Discord. Now, this is the thing. She has an all-ages Discord with NSFW tabs. I don't understand. People lie about their age on the internet all the fucking time. It's an all-ages Discord. You weren't screening people's ages. What are you doing? How are you allowing this? People can fake IDs. What are you doing? That's like insane. Like I just. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Thank you for clearing that up, Killjoy.
So at that point, it was casual, and I know I was sharing art. I don't know if it was not safe for work in nature at the time, but I know I was just sharing general art that I made in the chat, and Fawn was sharing the stuff that she made, and it was mostly not safe for work in nature. Some of it wasn't. Around then, I would say that's when like the sharing of it became like it started with Fawn. And I know DemonMama did share some of the stuff that like she didn't draw. I know she doesn't draw, but I know she did share some of the stuff that she was into as well in the art chats.
Can I, this is going to be a little gross. You're already familiar with this stuff, but can I describe some of these images and you can confirm that these are the ones that you sent me, that she sent you earlier?
Yes, go for it.
So one of them is this is from Pseudophon on July 28th, 2020. It's like the back end.
Oh, I really don't like covering that. So, why?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for this. I'm so glad I'm here for this one.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Not the stuff.
But I know. So, from what I can tell, I don't know if this is them specific. I don't know. This does not appear to me to be them looking up in the specific chats, but Pseudophon doing this unprompted in their DMs. Now, I do want to point out, because it will come up later in the video, about kind of how Glooby was, portraying themselves in there as well. And this is not to disregard what they're saying. It's to provide and show evidence of what grooming does. Grooming, and at this point, that's what it seems like. These are alleged. I'm making allegations based on the evidence that is being shown. But when we talked about grooming with our Cody Co coverage, those who were not in here at that time, we have a video. It's on our videos tab. It's my old audio that sucked, but that's life.
Wow,
It talks about being able to isolate a minor through not only being a point of authority in their lives, but also having direct access to them. The internet allows direct access to a minor, and to share porn with a minor. This is porn. This is fucking porn. And you're sharing it directly with a minor. And they are being told that it's okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. This is just I'm in this community. These are my friends. This is okay. This is not okay. It's not, and it shouldn't be Glooby's responsibility for that. It should be the adults in the room that take responsibility for these actions. And the fact that they were not being adults, the fact that they were not thinking and not acting in a way that you should around a child, just shows their lack of disregard and almost and insane levels of perversion towards children. I'm sorry, that's what it looks like. That's just the reality.
So what do you mean that's what it looked like? That's exactly what's happening.
It's exactly what's happening. And if somehow a DemonMama fan finds this video, I'm sure you will find Tyler's videos, Xylie's videos, Beckett's videos before our fucking video, right? But if you
all right. Look, watch out. Come on.
Listen, they'd be bigger.
You need to need to act like we already have a bunch of people here. Don't worry about if they find it. And talk as if they are
fight me. Yeah, they will find this. You know what? That's right. They're gonna find this fucking video.
Here's the thing. Don't say things or not say things just because you don't think someone's gonna see it. Like that's partly how like some of these people get in trouble in the first place. Like say what you're gonna say and just stand by it. It's fine.
Yeah,
whether or not they see it, it's whatever.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I am standing by it. What I was about to say is I'm gonna stand by. If you see this, if you are a DemonMama fan, you found this video, we have 1,000 subscribers. Just want to put that out. You should subscribe today, even so you could be 1,001. You get a treat at 1,001. If you are finding these videos and this evidence, you should be asking questions about your content creators. You should, and I am sorry, there are a lot of LGBTQ plus IA members in those communities. There's a lot of trans individuals because not only was DemonMama, a proponent of all those things, leftist ideas, but they were, they were trying to be a pillar of the trans community on the leftist space on the internet. And that is, we are just getting off this pause. Do not, listen. But it frustrates me because you are felt like you're without a home, and that's not fair.
And reproductive organs of a horse with a tail.
Oh, the atomically accurate horse.
Yeah.
That I remember when I saw that the first time. I was shocked. I was like, oh, this is this is a bit much even for what I expected Fawn to be into. And at this point, well, I guess I will get to that in the timeline. But at this point, I thought I guess technically even I didn't follow it at the time as a minor. The now sharing of the not safe for work stuff while they moved to wherever they moved to.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna speed this video up. I do apologize. We will never get through it if I don't speed it up.
It's true.
I wonder why we won't get through it. It's crazy.
Chat, do you see what I have to deal with? Do you see what I have to deal with on a daily basis? That's why I need you guys to donate. Because if you guys don't donate, I'm struggling. They abuse me every day. Let's get back into it.
Getting sent atomically accurate horse pussy out of nowhere was kind of like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person very much. And there was a general, I think I might actually have it in the DMs. There was kind of a gap before I talked to them again because it did make me uncomfortable at the time, and I won't lie about that.
Yeah,
see if I can find that.
There's another one. You might be.
Hey Mercury, what's up? Welcome to the shit show 2024.
2020, sending you a picture of an erect penis with I'm assuming that's her like avatar or something hanging off the side of it.
Yeah, I am not sure.
Exactly, Mercury. Thank you.
This is fuck off, Mercury. No, but this is insane. This is wild. Because
I can't imagine being in an internet community at 13 and then still being there 4 years later.
This is wild. Okay, hold up.
Just being in the same.
See, I was. Here's not like this.
At that age.
No, so I was like 13. I joined a farming farm. I wish I could find this. So it was really small, and it's because I used to live out in the sticks. So like I would look up like this is dying, why, how to plant certain things, and like everyone there was really nice to me. But I lied. They probably knew I was lying, but I was like, yeah, I'm 16 or whatever. And like but even then there was nothing like crazy. I mean, it's all a bunch of like people like, oh, here's my corn for today, and here's my tomato. Like it's stuff like that, right? Or they would like in the off season when everything's dead, like that's how to take care of your land and how to refertilize it before everything goes back into it. Like, but this is like I can't. I don't even like the way it's like censored.
That was pre-Facebook though for you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because I can kind of imagine that in like a Facebook era, but it's hard for me to imagine a farming online community. But I'm certain. I mean, obviously they existed.
I meant literal corn, like actual, like
Yeah.
the yellow. No, hold on.
Oh no,
real corn. Because what I learned is that you plant corn, and then you wait for that to shoot up a little bit, and then you plant peas next to the corn, so the peas can grow up the corn stalk, and it has like it's a free like trellis to go up.
Hello.
Oh yeah, just stuff I don't know, stuff like that, but like, yeah.
That's wild. cornrs.com. Just want to point that out. Just cornrs.com. This is just like okay, so this is something that like it is not because at this point, and again, this is like conjecture. Not conjecture, but this is just how I view it psychologically speaking. Psychologically speaking, if you're sending someone your persona and your persona is doing a sexual act, it's naked, it's whatever it is, to me, that's essentially sending a nude profile picture from a psychological standpoint. Because this is how you identify yourself, not only on the internet, but it's how you see a part of yourself as a person. Like, my avatar, I love my avatar. My avatar will never be in any of those situations. Please, if you draw it, I will be very confused. If you want to draw it, I guess you just do it. I don't really give a shit. But
don't send it to you.
But don't send it to me, please. Don't send it. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
You can have. Oh my god, you can have boundaries with your characters.
Yes, yeah, that's the plan.
But like, yeah, it's whether or not, because if you get to the point where a lot of like artists are doing it, you can't stop them. You can just ask to like, hey, put it under a different tag or something.
Yeah, just put it under a different tag. But that's also like, but that's the thing for me is like, your persona is a representation of yourself on the internet. So vice versa. This is how Fawn, I believe their pronouns are it, if I remember correctly. So I will just kind of just always refer to their name as Fawn, obviously. This is how Fawn sees themselves on the internet and as a person, as a part of themselves. Thus, this is essentially like sending a nude to somebody. This is sending a nude to a minor, in a way.
It doesn't matter. Even if it wasn't a nude, if you're just sharing porn in general with a minor, bad. Stop. Don't do that.
No,
like, what do you? I don't care about all the other stuff. No offense, but like, because I know what you're saying, but like, that doesn't really matter here. This is still really bad.
Oh no, this is terrible. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's levels. There's too many levels. It's like a fucking multi-level marketing scheme of bullshit.
Can you stop pausing it on these weird
that one.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm begging you.
I'm
like a video streamer.
I kind of just was like, yeah, and then moved on because I really didn't want to acknowledge it, I guess.
And these people were pretty aware of your age. I mean, you said you were in voice chat. Obviously, if you're under, even 16 years old, you're probably, as I say, a squeaker.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that because
to whom am I?
A fucking squeaker.
More than one time I acted older and everything for my age.
Squeaker to them is not.
So
it's not a nice thing.
It's funny
Mm-hmm.
in a fucked up sense, and it's not funny. I'm coping horribly right now.
No, it's completely fine. Did you think that was a major highlight of your relationship with these individuals while you were in the server with them? That you were notable for your youth and for sort of, I don't know, your kind of permissibility with sharing these fairly.
I do not like the idea of notable for your youth.
Like they acknowledged it, but it didn't really change anything. I guess like I kind of was just another one of the people in there, despite my age. And I guess I can get into this part of the timeline then, the video call incident.
Please.
I think we were playing games at first, but it ended up being either we were playing games or drawing or hanging out or something. So I know DemonMama and Fawn were in the call, and Fawn turned on her camera, and I look over, and she's flashing dildos on her screen and laughing. And what's it called? DemonMama did, I will mention, DemonMama did go Fawn, like telling her to stop. But it did not stop Fawn for that to then go into detail and tell me which dildos were joke dildos and ones she actually used.
Jeez. And how old were you at the time?
I would have been at the most 14, 15.
Okay. And were you on video? They were looking at you, you were looking at them, or was it just one?
I might have been on video. I don't think so, though. I don't think I had a webcam at that point.
Gotcha. And
I just want to, so just to kind of go back and overlay that. Obviously, we do not have evidence of that call existing. Let's say, so these are alleged, but based on all the information that we have been given so far, even if this part is alleged, because there are certain things that we can't track because there's no screenshots or pictures of it, one can be led to believe that this existed because all the stuff about the Shotokan and the Loli and everything else is still out there on Fawn's. It's now archived. I believe that the Twitter is now deleted, but it's archived as late or as 2021. All this stuff exists, and it's crazy. Showing them, you know that they are a minor. Why are you showing them dildos allegedly?
And or joke dildo. What's the difference between a joke and a for use? I don't think. I don't.
Yeah, this is the funny. This one's my funny one.
Yeah,
and this is the one for work.
This is.
Guys, I sexually harass minors. Tee hee ha ha. Funny time.
But it's the joke one.
It's the joke one, I swear. But
no, but it's also just a tactic to be like to see how far you can push boundaries. Because if the other person, if you're making a joke like that, and the other. Like especially with the minor's not automatically like ew whatever and like blocks you whatever, they'd be like, oh, let me see what other things I can joke about. Let's see what else is tee hee ha ha funny. It's just really fucked up.
Yeah, that's a talent. Okay, I was gonna mention this at the
Allegedly,
end
in Minecraft.
No, Killjoy, you do pull up an interesting point. I was actually going to talk about that, not necessarily show anything at the end, but I will say it now because you did point it up. Tyler did send a lot of this. He did make a report to the National Child Protection Services of Sexually Exploited Children. I don't remember the entire term of it. So they can pull the logs. And this is going to be insane. And we will get into it.
Both of my favorite streamers making reports. Woo!
Who's your other favorite streamer?
I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Hassan.
No,
oh no.
Unfortunately, everyone's heard of Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he goes by Diesel IRL. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one here that watches him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Diesel IRL. Well, if I could figure out how to raid him, maybe we'll raid him later when he streams himself. You know, small streamer Diesel IRL.
You mean you raid him with his own community?
Weird champ. Weird champ. Can't believe you're gonna do that. Oh my god, I got flabbergasted. I lost what I was literally about to say.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Oh god, we needed this break.
Thank you, dude. Never heard him. God, what was I?
Thank you, do exactly. No
You
one's heard of him.
You got this great.
Like again, but yeah, Diesel had to do the same thing with his investigation into Yandev. It's just sad that you see. I forgot who I told this to. You see so many fucking adults either be disgusting degenerates or just fail these kids over and over, and it falls into your lap. And as much as it sucks to be that person that makes this report, I'm beyond grateful that he did, and I don't want to say proud because that makes me sound so fucking like I'm not trying to infantilize Tyler or his efforts or anything, but it's just like I feel like for some people it is just easier to look the other way, and it's awesome that that's finally not happening.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Thank
you, Wazowski.
Yeah, thank you, Wazowski, so much. That's the thing that is kind of bothering me for a second, and it's something that I can appreciate what Tyler is doing. And I think I said this before in the beginning of the video, and I will say this even here, 17 minutes in. Tyler does, he's showing off his reporter background, and I think that this is again much different than what we're seeing from the Ava Chris Tyson, Mr. Beast stuff that's going on. Is that this is the information presented in a clear and concise way and showing off what the investigation has currently found. I don't like the fact that we're making 3 fucking videos on something that you should have just released. Make a fucking Twitter doc and call it a day. If you want to, quote unquote, monetize what's happening, if you want to make a video on it and support your reporting, sure, that's fine. But then if you're going to do that, it needs to be a cohesive video and not fucking broken apart so people can see what's going on afterwards. Because God forbid something happens to that material. God forbid something happens to you. It's insane. And I do want to, appreciate Tyler. Again, everyone from the Westside Tyler community, thank you guys for showing up and just being around here. We really do appreciate you guys, seriously. We will, hopefully, after all of this is quote-unquote done for a time, we'll cover funnier topics on the internet.
You would say that, so very clearly, DemonMama noticed that something inappropriate was happening. They're fairly aware of your age, and she did not cut the call, even though she could have, and put a stop to that.
Yeah, it could have ended right then and there, but it did not. The call just kept going. And
how did that make you feel?
Thank you, Starshine.
I was really uncomfortable
Thank
in
you,
the moment.
Starshine.
I didn't really know what to feel, I guess. I'm still kind of not really grasping the gravity of what has been going on and what has happened. I'm still very much just, I guess just, I just feel like fucked up about it. Just feel weird and really not good about all of it. And
would you say that at your age, was this probably one of maybe your first sexual experiences with?
Oh yeah, I would definitely say so.
And they sort of
That
made that
fucking
decision
breaks my heart.
Yeah, I would
Holy
definitely agree on
fuck.
that. I did not consent to that
Holy
at all.
fuck.
Yeah.
Was there more of this sort of horse playing with sexuality?
I don't like horse
playing,
playing.
happening, or was this kind of a
The
one-off,
horse.
or maybe something that they were testing the waters with? What was your impression?
Honestly, now knowing what Fonz tweeted, I don't know if there was anything malicious going on. I don't want to like imply that I feel that way, but it is really weird that she was so open to talk about her kinks and like do that and share her not safe for work. And a lot of the not safe for work she did share with me around that time was like Binding of Isaac characters, and the stuff she still draws with Binding of Isaac characters.
Is
If you know what Binding of Isaac is, it's about like
insane.
dead babies.
Yeah,
and
little
kids.
children.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac is about
when did you find out about?
Like I'm pretty sure he's like a toddler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
it's
you're
horror
playing-
and trauma and
Yeah,
parental
it's-
drama and
biblical stuff. The
existentialism,
idea, I
existentialism.
know it exists, just like not like actively. I know it exists like in like the back of my mind, but like, ew.
It's not.
Gross.
It's not even just that. It's about dead children who are being taken advantage of by the hyper religious. Like if the original Binding of Isaac, the reason why he's dead is like something that you figure out. It's part of that age of indie games where you had to play the game over and over to tell the story. Yes, it's literal children and fetuses.
Fetuses, yeah.
And to make your not safe for work art based on this, go to fucking jail. Like
Again, I know it happens, and again, you're not going to stop these people, but it's already bad enough you're doing that, and now you're also just showing another child. Like it's just it's gross. He's wood chipper, yay!
Yeah. Greg, you were gonna say something?
No, I have nothing I want to talk about this.
I hear there's this fun moment. This is why I love having Greg on. I just like I hear the like small flabbergasted moments. He's like, oh, just play the video for the love of God.
No, it's fine.
I love you, Greg.
You'll know my feelings on it when I fucking scream it from the rooftops.
There's also just nothing to say that like I don't like. This is important, and I can't just say that over and over. That's not that entertaining. So.
It's not, but this is insane, and I think it's important to literally go over the fact that this is a game about childhood trauma, and you're traumatizing a child. And for anybody watching this video, let that fucking sink in. This game is about traumatizing children. Who's there?
No, that was it. That's all good.
It's the fucking police, bitch.
Because you said
Twitter
let the sink in.
Predilection towards being very open with a sexual attraction towards minors.
When you made your stream about it, actually, I didn't know those tweets existed.
Oh, okay.
I followed her on Twitter, but like after a while when I made it Twitter, but I didn't know those ones existed. And when I realized it matched up,
I hate seeing that
guys,
word.
it's just
I've heard that word.
Guys,
I've heard and read that word more in this past week than I have ever. I hate it so much. What?
Predilection?
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
No.
What's the word?
Baby dick.
Oh, I didn't want you to say
I've
that.
heard it
Actually,
so much. I've heard it and read it so much this past week. It needs to stop.
it does need to stop. Just to let people know, this is just a blow up of some of the tweets that I read out loud that I will not be reading again.
Interacting with her.
Why not?
Fuck off, Greg.
She was sending me all that stuff and talking about all that
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
actively
what I
turning it to Shotacon.
It's just fucking.
I don't want to.
And also, like the fucking. Like, I'm not gonna read this out loud, but thank you, Star.
That was for me.
Oh, fuck off. I just want to point out that there's also just just like the fucking random incest love too in here. I don't have words. I'm literally I'm at a loss for words. I'm making sounds.
Necessarily DemonMama as well, but certainly fun. Their relationship with you and these tweets that they were making. Do you think that there's possibly a direct connection? Because they're almost exactly the same.
I really don't want to believe that. I really don't want to think that she did that and thought like that. But there is a chance, and I really don't like that there is a chance that that's a possibility. I don't want to. I mentally don't want to entertain that because I've known her and talked to her and like have heard like sad fucked up shit from her and her. Like we've had one-to-one conversations about our existences and all of the fucked up shit in our lives, et cetera, et cetera. But like I guess because of how I viewed her as a friend in quotations, because of our very fucked up relationship, it hurts me to know that that's a chance, and this is a very real possibility.
This is something I've heard a few times from people that are leaving DemonMama's community or even connected to it, that they maybe witnessed something inappropriate, had an inappropriate experience, maybe felt some uncomfortable feelings, and the sort of trauma relationships that were built between people and the sort of friendship that they didn't want to lose was something that they felt they had to put ahead.
Fucking sounds like a cult, doesn't it?
Of maybe, you know, talking about how uncomfortable they were or talking about maybe ending a certain kind of behavior. Do you feel that that might have influenced decisions on your part to say like, hey, don't ever do that again, or I'm very weirded out by this, or anything like that?
I would definitely say so. I think that's probably why it took until hearing all that stuff and seeing a friend of mine come on your stream and shout out to Triptych for talking about the DemonMama stuff, because I didn't know they left, and I knew they were in the middle of the shitstorm that was the DemonMama mod team and that whole community being the fucking mess that it was. And it was a mess when I moderated it, and I can't even imagine how bad it was now with how culty it got in there.
Wait, Glooby was also a mod?
Glooby was also a mod as a minor. They were a minor the entire time. Well, not the entire time, but they were a minor at the time that starts to shift. Dr. I am. Look who it is. It's hey y'all. What's up, man? How you doing? Hello. Yeah, we are. The con is at 2x speed. I am pausing way too much. I don't know what my name would be for pausing so much. Pausey? Is that what it is?
You'd be a Pause Andy.
I'd be a Pause Andy?
Pause Andy.
Oh, fuck my life. Oh, yeah.
You just have so much to say. It's fine.
I do have a lot to say, and it's crazy. But, like, again, yeah, so they were a mod. They were.
Again, my wish and hope and belief, and one day dream come true. Well, if you would just stop pausing on the most insane.
There's nothing on the screen.
Frames. I didn't mean now. You know what I'm talking about.
Just in general.
Horse ass. The other censored thing. Like, I don't know how you do it. You somehow
you're really good
pause it
at
on the
making
most
funny
awful thing. So to continually stare at it sucks so bad.
I am just very positive, as Dr. I am will say. Okay, so you Killjoy just says Glooby was their mod and editor and thumbnailer. They left around the time they turned 18 or 19. So that was a period of time.
They were doing a little bit of everything.
They were doing a little bit of everything. And we'll get to like what actual power, quote unquote, that they had, because it's really important to kind of note that. You know what this You know what this sounds like to me? Have you guys watched the Netflix documentaries surrounding Twin Flames and kind of other cults, specifically like Scientology and other things like that?
I watched the Leah Remini Scientology ones.
Yeah,
I watched a few cult documentaries. I don't have Netflix, so.
Okay, so it really reminds me of how a lot of these cults, what they do is that they take their original members, and the community members, and they place them in positions of power. But the power is also stressed and trauma based because they don't want to let down the person at the tippity top. And it's everything that happens is that it feels like a cult, because it does not feel like DemonMama is just not taking responsibility for anything. I am not Logan Pause. What the fuck? My name is not Logan Pause. Oh, fuck off.
I was reading something. So
yeah, you were reading something? God damn you.
But it's exactly as you said. So basically, they're just like, I think about someone who's like I almost said the Kool-Aid man. Fuck. The guy. No, I can't remember his name now. The guy who, at the end of everything, made them drink it wasn't even Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid to wipe out his cold.
Oh, you mean
basically his.
Yeah.
The
I
moon,
forget
not the
Literally-
Moonies. What the fuck were they called? It's the
Literally, why can't I use brain?
I can look it
It's
up.
because it's hot in my apartment.
it's something of heaven. The cult, the something of heaven. Oh, I can't remember the names. But continue.
But my point is that like it all started because he would just sort of gather people who were like the outcasts, and then he gave those people a little like enough power for them to stick around.
Jonestown.
Jonestown, thank
Yeah.
you. So by the time it got to the point where they even got to Jonestown, which is already crazy, like it's a whole set of steps, right? Jim Jones, thank you. Oh my goodness, that was gonna kill me. I was about to Google it, but like, thank you there. I need to start doing that before I start talking. But it's just it's sort of, I don't want to say power scaling, but yeah, you give the original people just enough, like you said, and so the lower level. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's how I can point it out.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Read it for people who are only listening to
All right.
audio.
Imagine being in a cult and the leader just bursts through the wall shouting, excuse me, oh yeah.
Oh, Mike did not like that. We'll figure it out. But yeah, you give the original people just enough so anybody under them can be like, oh, maybe one day I can be like that.
Mhm.
And it just kind of sort of just spirals all within itself. This is just it again, as the title says, abuse, exploitation, and child endangerment. This my heart breaks for Glooby, but again, I'm really happy that they're finding way more peace now,
Mhm.
and that Tyler gave them the space to talk.
Yeah. Again, I would say this if Gloopy was here, if Tyler was here, if anybody who's coming, specifically out of the Demon
Name
Mama.
dropping, right?
No, what I'm saying specifically, like if any of those individuals were in the chat or anybody who's coming from the Demon Mama community who feels like they're lost and they're kind of like without a community, there are some out there. Obviously Tyler's community has been very welcoming.
There's plenty of communities
Mhm.
that won't make you feel like shit or
Yeah.
won't make you feel like you have to do something to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
And they will not ask.
You don't have to prove yourself to be in a space. Like that's, but then when you're in a position where like you are like abused and like you'll learn later on in this call, like, things weren't really going that well for him in his real life. And it's just like, oh, what a unfortunately perfect shitstorm to happen for a predator to sort of pick on someone like this. Like it's just ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And
Anyway, I have to get my groceries.
Yep.
So I'll be gone for a few minutes. You guys you don't have to keep going. I've already seen this.
yeah.
Or
you'll be
you don't have to wait for me. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I understood. I never wait for you. Never, ever. Ever a day, ever. Greg.
Hey.
It's just you and me, buddy.
I thought you were going to say Insano in the Braino.
Insano in the Braino.
It is, and I'm going to get to that and some of your work history here in a second. I think I just have one immediate question, and then we can finish up the timeline. There's just one other screenshot you sent me. I'm going to read it to you, and then I just want to get some of your impressions on it. You guys were talking about some of the stuff in my feed is ego, but it's really funny. This is from July 8th, 2021, about a month or a year after some of those previous ones. You wrote, it'll feed the horny minds, including mine. By the way, if you're worried about NSFW stuff, I'm 18, so we vibing, guys. And Demon Mama said, I'm not anymore, smiley face. You've always been respectful about that. That's a very curious thing for...
You okay? Just want to point that out for a second, Greg. How you feel about this?
No.
Oh, lovely.
Uh-huh,
We're getting to this.
uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
So I do want to. I want to make something very interesting. So apparently, kind of going back a little bit into the video because we paused it a little bit. There was this weird. Gloopy was told this specifically. So Glooby was told this specifically. So obviously, there was a reason why he was told. They were told to not send it this way. But I guess it was a blanket statement. But we know why now. To not send NSFW images because of what state they were moving to. If I remember correctly, Demon Mama and maybe Vosh live in Seattle.
Don't tell me things that hurt me.
If I remember correctly, they do live in
Yeah.
Seattle. I'm sorry. For my Seattleites in the chat, but they were told to not to. And it's such a bizarre thing to be told that. And obviously, this was what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Why some people who may be defending Demon Mama may look at this and say, "Oh my God, but Glooby does this. Glooby was a minor and they lied about their age." You have to understand that Glooby was groomed. This is grooming. Everything that is happening right now is grooming. I am making that alleged. These are my allegations at this point. From my analysis of this material, this is grooming behaviors. And what you are doing is that you're telling this person it's okay to lie about their age because you created a culture where their age didn't matter because they were treated as an adult. But to you guys, apparently, their age did matter because it was something that at this point it looks like excited you. And that's insane. It shouldn't be this way.
When I forget when this happened, but I was probably, I think maybe 15, 16. Whenever she moved to Seattle,
Seattle mentioned.
I was told not to send Not Safe for Work to her anymore because the state and wherever she was moving to, that would be a huge no-no.
But not because you were a legal minor.
Yeah, no. Before that,
a huge no-no. Just want to point out that it's a huge no-no all the time in every state. I don't understand what that fucking means. It was just a huge no-no. It's a huge no-no in every state.
Point, it was free game.
And so, were these things that she not just welcomed but like asked for? Was there any aspect of like ordering, so to say?
I wouldn't say that. It was very like just casual. Like I was just one of the what's it called? It's one of the boys. Just we're chilling, we're sending each other our art and the stuff we like, and just kept going until that point. And it did stop for a good bit. I think it stopped for a good bit on my old account because I remember her being very like thankful about it at least once, and for the screenshot that I sent you. But I guess that didn't last very long.
And if I have another one up here. I think this maybe you sent a picture of buttholes to DemonMama, and this is November 27th, 2019. Which is, of course, it's called Draw Pile. It's supposed to get wild. How are you? Good dude. Drawing buttholes for the first time. She says good anatomy practice. And then you guys kind of start a conversation. So this is you've sent pornography to an adult who is
I was like 16 or 17 at that point. I would have been 17.
Which so she's going to be about 29, 30 years old. There's no judgments to you. I think that if a minor sent me a not safe for work drawing, I'd probably just say, don't do that anymore. But this was a pattern of stuff. How does it make you feel, now that you're a bit older, somebody with that kind of age difference, exchanging, kind of freewheel exchanging pornographic material with a minor?
It really fucks me up now. Because like if I was in that, I'm thinking like of myself, if I was in that position now as an adult, like talking to like a minor, that's fucking gross. Yeah. That fucks me up bad. Like I don't know what the thought process.
This is why. This is what really fucking bothers me, because Glooby has to feel levels like this is therapy. These are levels of therapy that unfortunately that Glooby has to go through. And I do hope, and it sounds like the healing process can begin for them now, and I really do hope that the healing process for them does happen. But it's so wild to think about that this is the scenario of feeling levels of guilt because you were the one that helped participate. Not even help, you participated in this, but you were a minor. You don't know better. That's why adults should not be friends with minors, because minors are allowed to make mistakes. It's the adults in the room. It's the legal adults in the room that should not. Especially when it comes to having any conversation with minors. If a minor crosses the line, if somehow you are, and you shouldn't be, in this audience I will say this, please, if you are not over the age of 18, please get the fuck out. I'm sorry, that sounds harsh, but I can't stop you if you're here. I question, like, but the topics we're discussing are not appropriate for you. But the fact that Glooby participated was because that they're allowed to be and make mistakes. They're allowed to be a minor and make mistakes. If you are someone who is an adult and somehow a minor or if you're in a position of power and someone who is expressing feelings towards you or sharing lewd and illicit materials with you that makes you feel uncomfortable or should make you feel uncomfortable, get the fuck away. Don't even put yourself in that scenario. This scenario should have never happened, but for a broader sense, you need to step away. You need to set boundaries. You should not be entertaining and having minors on a direct contact basis. That's not how this should be. And this is insane that this is what took place in this person's life to traumatize them.
But not only that, but modding for you as well as making thumbnails for you too, like employing child labor.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, we're back on the child labor.
Yeah, it gets worse because not only was Glooby modding for them and making thumbnails, they were working the back end of the channel and putting out videos. Yep, as a minor.
Yeah,
as a minor. Those are child labor laws. There are child labor laws in this country. You are violating them.
Okay, but I can't find it.
Yes.
in my noggin. It just should be no. And the fact that I broke the rule that she set, and the fact that she was just fine with it and didn't reprimand me or anything, that is rather telling.
I think also there being a rule that
is also telling.
Yeah, it's sort of establishing the nature of that interaction seems, you know, in my mind, I'm going to use this word. You don't have to agree with me, but this does strike me as being at least a touch predatory. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but
yeah, I will a little agree on that one. It is a little fucky in that regard.
I'm going to try to move the conversation away from this, at least for a little bit. If you want to return to it later, that's absolutely okay. But it's actually it's a bit much even for me. I have to assume it's probably a little bit for you.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Moving into the DemonMama community, which you ended up being integrated into and eventually working for by your own statements to me, you started drawing thumbnails for her and also acting as a moderator. Can you tell me how that relationship evolved to that point?
I was brought on as a mod really early on, as I think just because I was a friend of hers and she needed mods. And
Did I ask a bit of at a time point?
When did she start her channel? Probably, I would probably say just started her channel. I don't know the exact date, but like really extremely early on.
It's like 2016, 2017-ish? You know, I think I'm supposing, sorry. If you want to look it up, feel free.
Yeah, I will look it up. 4 years ago. Let's see. So 2020, so about, I would say about mid-2020.
Okay.
Like late 2020, I started modding for her and being active in the community.
So 2020-ish time.
And on the mod end, it's interesting. The moment that a bunch of like the political frogs all really swarmed in from all the lefty side, in quotations, the mod team kind of had its first implosion. The head mod at the time and thumbnail artist Gina kind of had like a meltdown, and it was a couple things getting up to it, but the entire, I forget if she was going to delete something important or start banning mods at random because she had the power to, but we had a full lockdown of the mod chat, and we had to cycle out the thumbnail artist, the head mod, and I think we had to do like a big old talk with all of the mods, and that was like barely when she was like a 1K, 2K subscriber. Like she was really small at the time, so it was already kind of a mess at that point.
Were a lot of these people carryovers from the previous Discord you were in?
A couple of them were actually. I don't think they stayed for very long. I don't think. I met Gayfesh as a mod in DemonMama's community, so he wasn't in there. Who was? All the people that I can think of have either disassociated from DemonMama entirely or like have just kind of faded out.
That's really interesting when you think about the fact that before Glooby left, a lot of the people that he was familiar with, even quote unquote, because she would fill the mod team with friends, clearly. A lot of these people left. Now, obviously, you know, people grow out of content specifically, but this wasn't just a content. You know, DemonMama wanted to create a political movement. And for people to kind of distance themselves from her shows that behind the scenes, people were growing more and more frustrated. Now, people, you know, they transition out of content creation, as well as moderation for a variety of reasons. Maybe they're just busy, right? That happens a lot. But it is really interesting to note that the original people start leaving and people start being phased out or transitioned out. I won't comment on the former head mod having a moment, because that could just be a mental health thing. That could be a variety of things, and I wouldn't want to comment, and they're not really a focus of this video, but I did want to point that out specifically.
Into non-existence for doing whatever they're doing. So as far as I can remember, I think most of the new mods that were there were either friends of hers or just new people that came in from the community that she trusted eventually.
And that seems like it's pretty common that she keeps her friends close. It's a very tight circle.
Yeah, I would say so. God, what is it? I forget.
It also
I know there was
it also just reeks of sycophancy. If anybody kind of thinks about that for a second, it's all people that must agree with her.
Constant fighting in the mod chat. It seems pretty standard for lefty political things, but there was a lot of bickering and like arguing over just nonsense constantly with the mods. And there was more than a few times that the new head mod that we had, and I think even DemonMama a couple times had to go in and argue with some of the people that she had and drop some of the people that she had. Going, oh god, actually, there's an entire, what's it called, thing here I forgot about. I might have to inform you about that at another time.
It's all good.
That's something to get into potentially. But for this, sorry, I'm drawing a blank really bad right now.
No, it's okay. I sort of took you off the road. I was just giving you room to speak. We were going over the timeline, and right around 2020, I think it is, when the start of her channel, you became a mod. You started doing moderator activities. I'm going to assume standard message removal, bans, approvals, that kind of stuff, and making thumbnails, because DemonMama was aware of the fact that you were an artist for reasons.
So when I started doing thumbnails, actually, not only did I do the thumbnails, her Drama Mama section.
So this is some of Glooby's art. For those who don't know, Glooby also has, of course, it's the Hasanabi one. Glooby also is, I do believe they're taking commissions. So if anybody in this chat who was not from the Westside Tyler community, or maybe just didn't know, wants to support Glooby in any way, that would be awesome.
Do you have his link handy?
Unfortunately I do not. If somebody has the link, I mean maybe I mean isn't that what mods and co-hosts are for?
Well, I didn't think you were. I thought you were gonna do this at the end of the video, the same way Tyler did.
Oh my god! Listen. I might have to start scribbling around the video to cover other stuff, but in the video. But we'll get there.
I did the animated intro for that as well. Funny story about that one. This one pisses me off as an artist. I made that in like 6 hours because she wanted it done before her next stream. So it looked like ass, and like it's okay.
Doctor, I got no money to do that either.
It took like multiple weeks out of my time while sick to make it better and nicer, and I sent it to the editing team at the time, and it was never used. So that, on a personal note, that pisses me off.
Sorry. And to clarify, by sick, this is right around the time that, or after the time that you contracted Lyme disease, which is something you're still living with now, and is fairly serious.
Yeah. June of. Honestly, it would have been at the end of that year because of COVID. Yeah, at the end of that year, I got COVID, and it triggered the Lyme disease that I had dormant in my body since I was a little kid. And just a brief overview of my Lyme and all that. It causes me seizures, immense chronic body pain. I contracted SIBO, which is a small bacterial overgrowth, and I've vomited 185 pounds out of my body in the past year and a half.
That's pretty terrible. On top of the unfortunate revelation from my shit posting on YouTube.
So that's fun. But during that time, it was just the seizures, and actually no.
Doc, you do your own art because I'm too bored to buy it. You know, that's fair. I do want to point out, for those who don't know, Lyme's disease, a lot of people do identify Lyme's disease as a tick-borne illness, which it is. You know, typically, if you live in rural areas that have deers, specifically deer ticks, can give you Lyme's disease, and it'll be a small target or even a bigger target on your body. But a lot of research has recently come out, a lot of research on Lyme disease and specifically on other conditions such as, oh god, my brain is forgetting the name of it. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me to the end of time. Let me just look it up. Somebody vamp for me real quick. Do vamping.
No.
Well, I was looking at Glooby's stuff. I know he said he had a Ko-Fi. It's not linked in Tyler's description, so I'll probably just find it somewhere else and we'll link it at the end or something.
See, I'm trying to find there for some reason. I wish Kat was here because my brain is forgetting the specific disease. Because there's Lyme's disease. What the fuck is it?
I don't have any smart conventions. I do my own art. Yeah, that's actually how I started making dolls. I was too poor to buy plushies, so I started making them.
I'm back. I got it. So Lyme's disease and lupus. The reason why I want to highlight those two diseases real quick is that they're autoimmune conditions. Lupus, a little bit more, is a chronic condition. Obviously, Lyme's disease can be a chronic condition. It can develop into one. It can lay dormant and constantly kind of bother an individual. But there's a lot more research. Eve, I remembered it. I swear I remembered it. But these conditions are very debilitating, and to the degree that Glooby was experiencing is wild. You know, not just only having joint pain, not only having a lot of other issues and conditions, but the vomiting. And they will explain it that they lost like 185 pounds just from like vomiting alone, and it was a condition coupled with their lupus. I mean, not their lupus, excuse me. It was coupled with their Lyme's disease, and it just fucking they are sick, and they are doing all of this.
Vomiting was also a factor during the later end of the work relationship, so I can get into that when that's timeline wise applicable. For the timeline stuff, DemonMama's thumbnail thing. I was only meant to do thumbnails. That's what I signed up for. That's what I was told I was going to do. I quickly learned that wasn't the case. I would be managing all of her titles, doing all the tagging for the video, making sure they get out on time. I even made all of the categories for her videos because she didn't have any, and I thought it would be useful.
So you're essentially running the channel. You had a login to her channel.
Yeah, I had a login. I had a full access to everything.
Which, for the record, none of my editors have on my channel.
That's crazy. That's stuff I do.
Really, that's too much.
Look, you got to think about that.
You won't even let me touch any of that.
I don't let anybody touch that.
I have to guess the password.
Yeah, you're not gonna
doesn't let me into his.
I know Diesel doesn't let any of us into his. You know,
to me it is.
Because you're the favorite mod.
Because you're the favorite, Greg. We know this. You didn't have to rub it in.
So, but this is really.
But the point is, right? Like that's a joke I have between two adults. You're doing this to a minor. What the fuck?
Not even just that. The level of so for instance, I come up with the thumbnails. Kat used to.
I will just say he does. Falgi does most of the work for this channel. I show up and I yap. Like
I do.
But
I do research. I do a lot
you
of.
know,
Well, this not to toot my own horn. But like
It's a little.
fuck off. But like I'm doing I'm doing research. I'm reviewing the videos. I mean, obviously, some of our Cloudy does. Greg, I do appreciate kind of comes in with a fresh mind because it's fun to like educate Greg on terrible topics.
I'm gonna learn.
Yeah. But the amount of work. So Kat does make our thumbnails from time to time, and Kat taught me how to make thumbnails. Our co-host who is in here right now.
quite literally.
He taught me how to fucking do it. He like literally like guided my hand, and sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really shit. Today's thumbnail kind of shit.
Thumbnails are. It's fine.
But the reason I say that is that this guy's still a minor, and he's doing so much. Adding tags like that takes me like that's like a 45-minute to hours of work, and you would think that they would be compensated for a lot. Let's just we'll put a pin in that.
That's an extremely large amount of responsibility for someone who was at the time you're just 18, I think.
In 2020, I would have been like 16, 17.
16, 17 then. So you're a legal minor with running a YouTube channel for someone that's 13 years older than you, pushing into being 30, if not into their 30s. And
Greg is the audience surrogate.
A compensation schedule of some sort, or is it just, hey, we're friends, and because we're friends, you're gonna do friend stuff, and maybe if you don't get it done, we're not gonna be friends anymore.
We did have a payment system set up. I forget if it was. I think it was like once whenever YouTube the payment went out, she would send out her pay for all of her team or whatever. I think it was once a month. On I think the 15th, whenever YouTube does its whatever payout, and she would collect all her funds and send it out. I could see the YouTube payout. I didn't know how much the Twitch was, but I know the Twitch was more because she talked about it a couple times, and I knew for a fact I could do math. I knew at least at the start. Okay, how do I preface this? At the start, it wasn't good pay, but it was understandable given her channel size, and I could understand paying bills, et cetera, et cetera. But
would you say it's something fair, and maybe you expected that it would increase as the channel that you were laboring got bigger? Okay.
Yeah, and as the labor increase grew on my end with doing the tags and titles and making sure they went out every other day. At this point, this is when I got like sick, like with Lyme. So I was like I was being pumped full of antibiotics and being horribly ill every day. And I would have to wake up I remember at 10:30 and just fucking hope and pray that I could figure out a thumbnail and title in 30 minutes so I can go back to bed and be horribly sick and sleep all day again.
And to kind of hammer it home, you're still a minor at the time. Were you in school as well?
Yeah. This one's a little hard to explain. I guess I was bullied out of high school and then did online school for a bit and speedrun through that, and I was essentially in college at 16.
Okay,
so that's what I did. It is an interesting mess.
Just to kind of point out, I don't know if I had. Cloudy, do you have the specific DMs in regard to this? Because I don't know, not DMs, the specific statements that Glooby made about this.
What? What do you mean?
Glooby expanded upon this topic where the bullying was, if I remember correctly, I don't want to speak for them. I believe the bullying was on the terms of doxing them, and like this was severe bullying. So Glooby was.
I don't know what the bullying was.
I believe that they put it in the Discord. I'll play the video and try to find it while we do this. But it is bad. What Glooby experienced isolated them further and further into this community, and it is completely understandable what happened. Why the continued I need this person, like this person is my friend, they're taking care of me, survived. Also to point out that Glooby is being underpaid, and I have the back end of YouTube that I also, I do that. And I can see the money. Eve, so a minor was doing this person's SEO thumbnails and more for low pay. Oh, it's not just low pay, it's shit pay.
Like nothing. I think Tyler figured out it was like $2 a thumbnail or something.
It was approximately, they were getting paid for their work anywhere between $2.60 to
it seemed
not by
because
DM.
he does, because I'm just going off by what he just said in this call. I don't know what he said in the Discord. Just by this call, he's just, he got bullied out of school. So I'm going to assume that his parents just plopped him into an accelerated program or something.
Yeah. So,
which is something you can do, because it was an option that I had kind of when I was doing my homeschooling. But it's just one of those things that's just like, so you're already bullied in in real life environment, you're getting bullied, you're getting this, you're dealing with this sickness, you're dealing with that, and then you have this online community who are giving you attention and responsibility and just like, oh, you can do this and you can do that and da 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 da. Like I just I understand like why they have a hard time, like I don't know how to articulate this, because there's points where like they'll say something that DemonMama or their friends were doing, and there's I guess a hesitation, because they do mention towards the end that they don't want, like, I don't want her being brigaded, I don't want this and that, and it reminds me so much of like when I was like trying to figure out my stuff and like going through my own therapy, and like when I became an adult and was realizing that as an adult that none of these things should have happened to me as a child. And it's just like, it's a really like I really appreciate how patient and kind Tyler is in this interview, because you cannot go rough with these questions. Because if you're just barely questioning it, or not even just barely, but if you're just barely getting to the point where you can actually say out loud what happened to you, and somebody wants to come at you all crazy, even if it's not even at you, even if they're angry for you. Like whenever that happened to me and somebody was angry for me for the way I was treated or something, it made me want to stop. I would just stop talking about it. Because I would just be like, oh, I'm burdening them with what I'm talking about. And just the patience that Tyler has in this interview, I just amazing, incredible. Not to glaze him more, but like I am this, right. The realization is so painful. Exactly, it hurts. It sucks. It sucks so bad, and I feel for them so much.
It's so sad. Killjoy, just to answer what you said, when I meant DM, I know I meant direct message, as in I believe Glooby did clarify, because I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I do want to just like clarify that what happened this was by their schoolmates, and it was very severe. Obviously I'm not these are things that are very sad, and it is really it's rough, but it was things that like continue to re-isolate them and continue to push them towards this community that was supposed to help them. And I know that they had clarified it. I just didn't want to, if you know specifically what it was, because I know it wasn't initially included in Tyler's video. Totally fine. I Killjoy, I'm with you. I do want to. I'll take this moment to stop and say, to the mod team and editors over at like the staff and editors over at Westside Tyler. Obviously, I've thanked you guys multiple times for welcoming us. We are just a small channel that likes to cover a little bit of internet news from hopefully a well-rounded perspective if we can. But I do want to also point out that you guys have done a lot of fucking work. As a mod team ourselves, it's listen, it's just a reality. Like this is the kind of story that breaks and you get flooded with just people trying to get any scraps that they want sometimes, and that happens. This is not calling anybody out. That's you're gonna have
again, we like mod for Diesel, and just just anytime there was a big video, it's just like, okay, we gotta it strap in, fellas.
It happened with the Yondev stuff, if I remember correctly, and it's, and you guys are on a much bigger scale than we are, so it's a lot, and I want to give you guys a lot of credit for that. And I think that's the thing, is like I Glooby has been open and honest. I believe also Glooby went on President Sunday stream, which that's a different thing for a different day, or later on in this video, because I have been hearing some whispers about that not being handled very well over on that stream. But it's a lot, and it just reinforces what Glooby experienced that made them more and more isolated, and it makes me feel so bad for them.
Yeah, but I don't know if we need the details of his bullying. Like, I'm not sure what the purpose of that would be. Like, him saying he's bullied is enough.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like, honestly, like, I don't, like, also, like, You know what I mean? It was clearly bad enough that their parents took them out of school.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty bad. That's
fair.
very bad. We don't need details of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially if they're not ready to share them. I mean, if they share them with someone else and they're comfortable with that, that's okay. That's cool. That it's their story to tell. We don't need to know.
No, that's fair.
If they don't want to share it, it's not needed information. We just, again, as they said, it does give like, it's just, as I said before, it's just like this perfect cocktail of someone being isolated, and it's unfortunately the perfect prey for someone who's really gross and awful. So yeah, but we don't need the details of it.
No, I'm with you there. I can agree with that.
Through some bullying like that, did you think when you were going through that and having to leave school, did you feel like alone and isolated? And did you ever share that with DemonMama and her sort of circle?
Oh yeah, they knew about what happened to me with those people. Those the people that did all the fucked up shit to me, like tried to get into her community, and DemonMama like banned them per my request, and like I told her all what happened to me with those people. Like she knows all of it.
And you're safe now, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm safe now. Like, I'm all good now.
But you were working for her and putting this entire YouTube thing together for anyone listening to this. So I don't end up cutting this chunk out. When I do my own uploads and write my titles in, it takes me about anywhere from 5 to 10-ish total minutes of doing a bunch of different little things. Was that about the amount of time it probably took you per video just for the upload stuff? Not to say anything less of you did all the thumbnails and whatnot as well, correct?
Yeah. The hardest part for me were always the titles, because I'm not a very good written person. I'm a visual person. That's how I struggle with my words enough as it is. So having to come up with titles for videos I have no information about. And I got to preface this as well. I never got any information about any of the videos that I was thumbnailing. Every single thumbnail I made for the most part was me just guessing what the hell was going on in those videos and like skipping through it a little bit.
I respect that. I am good with words. It's like one of my things, and titles are nightmarishly difficult for me as well. It's usually what takes me the longest. Obviously typing them in, not big, but trying to figure out a way to sell it in 100 words or less or 100 characters or less, it can be a bit daunting. Especially if you actually, I was in the video. if you didn't watch it, obviously that's going to be a lot harder. And if you had to guess, what was your like overly monthly compensation sort of? If you had to guess how many hours and how much money you made, what would you say those figures were?
If I remember correctly, I would do 20 to 30 thumbnails and like all the titles and all that, yada yada. And I would get at the start it was about like 200 to 250, but by the end of the year it went down to like $80, if I remember correctly. That was
with no work slowdown on your part.
Yeah, no work slowdown on my part.
Gotcha. And this is how many videos? I think you said you were doing 33 to 66 or some odd. I might be inflating those numbers. Gotcha. And this is how many videos? I think you said you were doing 33 to 66 or.
Oh. Oh man. Actually seeing the numbers. Oof.
These numbers hurt me a lot. Like this is insane. Like this is just I
know for a lot of like drama people, this part probably doesn't mean that much to them, but it's just because DemonMama is who she is as a creator. She wants to, I'm a leftist, workers' rights, this and that. This is just sort of another thing to like add on top of her bullshit, because it's just like, how are you going to sit there and talk about unions and workers' rights and whatever else? Because I'll be honest, I ain't never seen any of her content, didn't know who she was. I don't watch Bosch or any of them. How are you going to sit there and say you believe in this thing and then pay someone like barely even scraps for the work that they do? Art is work.
Right.
All the stuff they're doing is work. And it's listen, I work where I work is I'm a big union strong person. This is just pisses me off so bad.
This is wage theft. This is
actually started scammed.
Yeah, scammed.
Oh my God.
Scammed is a term. This is wage theft, because if they owe them, I believe the number would be in the thousands at this point, because the pay scale. So one of the things is that roughly, if you look at some of the numbers here, the ranges of what they were getting paid for was about like $2.60 to like $11, like per video or per thumbnail or per editing. They were not, but you have to remember, they were also doing back end shit. They should have been getting a fucking salary. They were doing back end work, tagging the video, making sure things came out on time. That's not creating a thumbnail and sending it to like an SEO, your channel editor, right? This is work. This is what producers are paid for. This is what a production staff is paid for. And they're not even being compensated correctly. It's insane. It does piss me off, because it's like one of the biggest tenets of a leftist space is workers' rights. And it's something I truly believe in. And to just see this is just a reality. Like, it's just a reality of how they were being abused. Now, I'm sure DemonMama fanatics may make the argument, oh, well, she was a small stream at this point. Okay, you owe Gloopy at least back pay. Then fucking stand up and give them the back pay. You're big enough now, asshole. Fucking give them the back pay. But let's see how DemonMama likes to spend their money.
Or some odd, I might be inflating those numbers.
A month, it would have been about like 20 to 30.
Okay.
But like overall, it would have been, I don't even know how many at this point.
So with that in mind, obviously you watched my stream on, I was a little bit irate with DemonMama holding on to information about another creator being abusive to people doing essentially the exact same work that you were doing. Did you find it maybe a touch hypocritical that she
I found it so fucking ironic for so long. It's been a joke in my fucking friend group that whenever she brings up AI art and like how to treat artists, it's like, oh, what about Glooby?
If you had to guess, I've seen you had a friend put together a spreadsheet here with, I'm assuming, I think it's the last like 3-ish months of work. But how much do you think you've probably been jilted or shorted here?
Overall, probably, I don't even know, hundreds. That brings me to my favorite part about the work thing was she told me that financially, I think when I sent the spreadsheet into her thing and it was like, hey, the pay is deficit is like fucked here. I think I have this. I don't know if I sent you the screenshot, but I have a screenshot of her saying that the channel is just not doing well and it's struggling and et cetera, et cetera. She is trying her best, yada yada. But then I see a tweet from her at the end of the year saying that she went and got a $5,000 custom tongue split from somebody and flew out and went into her Trippy Red concert.
The channel is suffering. I need to get my tongue split for $5,000.
Everything I'm about to say is a joke. She didn't actually say this. Oh man, I gotta walk down to the food bank. Oh man, I can't get you this. I can't. It's really rough on me too, man. Like da 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 da. Oh, by the way, guys, look, like what?
What the fuck do you mean that you spent $5,000 on a fucking tongue split? Look, listen, I'm not.
Also, I didn't know they were that damn expensive. Did they?
It's a fucking surgical procedure.
Yeah, they're expensive if you want to keep your tongue.
Fair.
You coming in with that, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm doing the stream now.
Yeah. 10 billion views, you guys. I'll go get this done. I'm kidding.
God.
I'm not doing any of that shit.
Well, like this,
10 billion.
10 billion views. As you were saying,
this is just such a bold thing to do because you were already lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you. I can't pay you. And then you do this.
I wasn't expecting a body mod. I'm like, oh, they got a car, they got a house, they got a they paid for like a new fridge or stove or something.
Thank you. Yeah, although it does say it does. I am rereading the caption now. It's a custom tongue split, and they said that they flew out and went on a trip with somebody. So okay, I'm assuming that's where most of the money went. I was like $5,000 for the.
It's
surgery.
a vacation.
I know we live in America, but like
with another person, and it's the procedure.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Here is my thing. Why did you not make content from this? Why did you not make this a business expense? Because if you made this a business expense, you can recoup your losses on this trip. You can get through your taxes.
You're right. I do want to say not everything has to be content, even though you're showing it off on the stream afterwards. Not every tiny little bit of things you do have to be content, but I see.
Yeah, because I see what you're saying too. But the thing is that like she just didn't care.
I guess so.
Sorry, guys.
She just didn't care. Like she just kept all the money, was showing off cool stuff she was doing, and then went on this trip. Like she just didn't care to pay him or anything. So
sorry if you guys just heard that my mic wanted to fall for a second.
No, I didn't hear a thing. Yeah, what'd you do that for?
It's on the recording. I can see it. Not the point. No, but I think that's the thing is like, I understand that not everything needs to be content, but you're using the content to pay for this. Okay, Starshine. Okay, that makes way more sense. I worked with tattoo artists and body modification artists, so that look took me aback. You know what? That's
it would have been really funny if she was scammed.
Yo, if she got fucking scammed. If she got fucking scammed, that would be the funniest fucking shit ever.
No, but to clarify, that's not what happened. It was clear. It was the combination of purchases was this and the trip. But again, to just bold-faced lie about like, well,
that's what really bothers me is that it's a bold-faced lie. And I understand that not everything needs to be content, kind of coming back to that phrase, but at this point, if you're showing it off, you're like, hey guys, look, the stream is so popular, I'm able to do this. Then what does that say to the people that are working for you that you're underpaying? Because that's the thing. Glooby is one of the people that spoke out, but I'm sure she's been doing wage theft for a while. And the only people who are not speaking up are people who maybe be getting paid a little bit more on the back end, because hopefully she learned that maybe you, and this is fucked up to say, but maybe she learned to shut people up. I'm not saying that that's right in any means. Pay your fucking workers the correct rate. You know, have a salary system. You should have looked this up and scaled it down based on what the income you were making, right? That's completely fair. But this is insane. Glooby is not just the only victim of the wage theft, and it kind of does make me really upset by that, though, because that is insane. It's insano in the braino.
Mm-hmm. She was bragging about that on one of her streams. I actually looked it up because you mentioned the tongue split. I guess it's one of her iconic features, and she sort of maybe paid for at least a bit of it by shorting a minor who was working. Well, you might have been over 18 by the time you finally split. I'm sorry, I didn't hammer that specifically home. When did you finally get to a point where you went, I've not been paid in months?
Yeah, she did get it from child labor. Listen, she hates them, but you know what? She respected the Rockefellers when they fucking used the child labor to, you know, build the fucking railways.
In mid 2021 to late 2021, where I was so sick, I was just like, I physically cannot do this anymore.
All right, let's not compare.
Let's not.
The DemonMama Empire to the American railway system.
Oh,
what the fuck are you on?
Oh God, Lord! Oh God, thank you. Holy shit.
No!
I didn't know how to even.
But what do you mean? She needs the little tiny hands so they can fit into her mouth, so they can give her the little tongue split.
Stop it! Stop. We're moving on. Moving on.
Good play. Oh my God, good play.
I know the pay was low and shitty, but I was already needed the money anyway, so it's like, fuck it, I need it. But once my physical was so ass, it just became a matter of I can't do this anymore. It's not worth even the bit of money I'm getting.
And how receptive was she to your issues about working conditions, expectations, pay, and the like?
I will say when I did tell her that I was sick, she was like, I understand, we'll try to accommodate. That may have only applied like 3 or 4 times. Whenever if you notice in my thumbnail, like my era of thumbnails, there's ones that aren't like the little character or whatever. Those are the days that I'm so sick I physically cannot do it. Like those are the only days that it's not mine.
So you're like working yourself to the bone for I'm seeing some of the compensation here is basically like roughly $2.80 a video at the absolute worst, and at the best, in the spreadsheet you shared with me, 22 videos in a month for $260. You have it out at about $11.82 for a thumbnail, doing all these uploads, writing titles, and basically quite literally turning her content into money, because that's what gets changed over into ad revenue are these videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
I'm sorry, please.
Oh no, sorry. I was just making noise.
It's all good. Did you feel that there was a true and honest and open line of communication to air your grievances as a basically employee of DemonMama?
Not really. I felt like I could talk to her, but I feel like and I did, and still kind of do feel like there was always like a wall of just, it doesn't matter what I say at this point.
So you could always have a nice conversation with her, but criticism would be something that was not met with open arms, so to say. Maybe not necessarily hostility, but you don't.
Yeah, I didn't, negative conversations with her were not something I wanted to have, because it felt like when I did bring up the pay, it felt like I was being put, like I was wrong and I should feel bad for it, even though every person I've talked to about it has told me I was wronged and yada yada about it. So it's still confusing for me, because I still feel like I'm in the wrong. Like
you're not. And this is I can actually step away from journalism for ethically speaking. This is wage theft. If you had an agreed upon amount, or if you were being taken advantage of and not being fully paid, you are fully justified in feeling wronged about that. Don't let anyone take that away from you at all. That's if this was kind of any other community, that would be maybe less of an important issue.
Yeah,
Demon HR.
Not Demon HR.
Mama talk. I mean, I guess to some degree about that kind of stuff. Obviously, she's a Jason Vosh and that whole kind of crew. But do you think, as a person that was kind of within those circles, that she practices what
she was the HR and she investigated herself and found no wrongdoings?
So.
Of course. Just like everybody else.
More interesting to me is she knew how sick I was. I was very open about like the seizures and the vomiting and all that stuff to her, and she wouldn't check in. She wouldn't, unless like I came like, hey, I can't upload this. I'm really fucking sick. Maybe I get a response. Sometimes.
That's
and
insane
if
to think about.
8 hours later, either from her or from somebody in the editor chat saying being like, yeah, okay, I got it now, and then the video would just sit there for a couple hours, because it would just be me.
And you were still doing moderator work as well during some of this?
Yes, during the first bit of it. I know I eventually stopped doing mod stuff because it was just too much, and the mods were getting on my nerves and being overwhelming and obnoxious. So I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. So I just stepped aside.
Me when I'm a mod, am I right?
Obviously, this is not anywhere near enough to approach living on. How are you supporting yourself to live?
What do you mean? Our mod team is so good.
Really trying to get any kind of commission job I could.
I said what
mostly living through my family to support my meds and everything like that, because it is expensive to manage Lyme disease and treat it, let alone be in a spot where you're stable. And at that point, I didn't really know what was going on with the Lyme and meds work, so it was a constant battle of expensive medicine and trying to find work to support that medicine and feed myself. And I will mention this as well. There were more than a few times I had to ask her for money to buy myself food because I could not afford it.
Money that she should have paid you.
She should have paid.
Yeah.
She should have paid. I don't understand why that's a thing.
Did you have friends outside of this, or is it pretty much just kind of like your social circle?
Fucking
is
insane.
kind of crew of people that are in and around DemonMama?
Yeah, it would have been just the internet people. All of the IRL interaction I had was
Insane.
really shattered off from the bad group of people I interacted with before. Like I met some really good people from DemonMama. I have some really good friends from that place, and I still do. I met my partner there. And it's awful because a part of me is like I don't want to change what happened because I technically I don't owe her anything, but like the interactions that I've had there have led me to the place where I am now with the people that I have now, and I'm thankful for the people I have now. But not for her. She sucks.
Do you think some of your negative feelings tied up around talking about this, about discussing ways that I think it would be hard pressed for me to find a person that would say you weren't wronged, both in the pseudo sexual relationship you had with her circle as a child,
Yeah,
and also
that's
the very,
insane.
very exploitative work relationship you have with her? Did you feel even ever feel that that might be taken away from you, or that your negative feelings towards this might be that DemonMama or people close to her might try to essentially destroy your relationships that you have in retaliation for talking about these things?
I was, and I am still very actively worried about what this is going to do and what it would have done then, especially then with the people I knew. Because like all of my friends then were really into DemonMama's like whole thing, and we all eventually left for our own reasons because everyone got sick of the treatment there and how things were ran, et cetera, et cetera. But I was worried.
It's also one of those things that's just like, that's just how they make you feel too. Like no one else is gonna believe you or understand you or do this and that, and like you're not gonna find anyone anywhere else. Like that's just. I hope at least by now that they understand that that's just not true anymore, and that there's plenty of people that'll not do anything like this to them.
Yeah, I think
that's that's kind of like the danger of putting all of your time and effort in life into, certain online communities that can't really really affect. They can affect you, but can't really like help you in different ways, and that's really too bad. I mean, I'm glad Glooby has friends from here and outside of that, but it's tough, A lot of people, especially during COVID, like all you have is your online communities.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Killjoy says DemonMama Discord had spawned a few life draft communities of people who bailed. Yeah, that's something that's really interesting that I found. It was something that I found in my research, somewhat on the topic. There was a oh my god, dude! Look guys, it's working. It's coming up. Dude just hit 420. Holy
I can't believe
shit,
I just made 420.
That's
amazing.
Dude, thank
funny
you
weed
so
number.
Oh no, dude, thank you so much. Holy,
that's not even enough for a $5 bag.
I just want to point out, and if you guys,
you better say thank you or I'll find you.
Oh my god! First
we love you.
First and foremost, do I love you? And if you notice, if you guys look in the corner, this is we're getting off track, but fuck it, I set this whole fucking thing up. I'm so fucking
proud of himself.
Oh my god!
Being able to get this together.
For the
we're gonna need you guys to tip more just to make sure that this is working correctly.
No, holy shit! I'm sweating because I'm so happy. Because if you guys look in the bottom parts next to me, oil prints all the way. That's my do.
Do our beautiful oil prints.
Do also is our foreign correspondent. Tyler has made a big ass rant over it before. In regards to that. That's cool. $1.05 each. We love to see it.
Hey,
yeah,
$1's
a dollar's a dollar. A dollar, and I start to holla.
I didn't have.
listen. But no, it's important to think about this. This community did splinter, and it's been happening with the Vosh community and things like that, and it does happen with a lot of communities. I do find it a lot with a lot of political communities, which is sad. I will actually say this: it is sad that people splinter from like a lot of these political streamer communities because they start to realize that sometimes the people inside of it are very authoritarian. It's all totalitarian. It's like if you have a specific dissenting opinion about one topic, like you're dead to the world. It's just the reality. There are some times political streamers that they espouse beliefs and they're great people, but their communities kind of suck sometimes, and it really fucking sucks. And it's crazy to think that people have spawned off of this. It's insane.
Not spawn, but it's just that moment of just like, hey, that group was, or like that area is a little bit like weird, right?
Yeah.
And then someone else is like, yeah, and then you realize that you're the more normal people who aren't looking at poor sass. So you're like, oh, let's just not go there. But I would like to be friends with you. Like that's a normal.
Right.
Like I feel like I've done that with the Sans community a bit. Like,
yeah, you and I have done that a little bit. That's You know, they're
I won't get super into it, but
No,
like, yeah,
yeah.
it's just like you just find more people who are like, oh, I'd rather be friends with you outside of this bubble because like
Yeah.
either we have more things in common or whatever, and you don't necessarily always enjoy what's going on in the big bubble. You know, I think that's like pretty normal.
I mean, I can speak for myself. I won't speak about that specific instance, but there's a streamer that I follow. I followed them for fucking years, and I do mean literal years. And I went to a Splinter Discord, and one of my closest friends, Talia, if you're watching this video, I know you don't love drama, but if you're watching it, thank you for watching, even in the VOD. She's one of the closest people I am to. We watch fucking movies together, and we went to a fucking Splinter Discord. That's what they, that's what they're called. They're called Splinter Discords. But it's crazy to think about that people have just left that community. It is sad. It just leaves people without a home. But I'm happy to see that the home is what they created first and foremost. Now let's go back to this video because we're almost there.
A lot of things with people that I've known from there. And good to know that everyone that I do talk to from there all has the same consensus about this. Thank God. But yeah, I was worried about how this would affect things with people I knew, and the person I was actually worried about that I didn't know left a year ago at this point was Triptych. They were a big mod in DemonMama's community. I know they were very outspoken about how they felt, and I'm glad that that continued with the bullshit DemonMama was, and her mods are probably pulling then, and probably why she already dipped. I should say.
Would you say, if there's someone else that feels this way, not like everybody has to turn their back on DemonMama, not be her friend or anything like that, I'm not making that argument, but for anybody that feels scared of walking away from that group because they're going to like lose everything, or they have feelings that are like that they maybe couldn't quite put their hands on, do you think it's worth it to walk away if you're feeling that way? Do you feel good now that you've got this distance and this clarity on the situation?
I would definitely say so. Especially when I was working for her, and my entire like existence was essentially surrounded was her. Like my friends were all associated with her. My job was her. My day to day was drawing her, thinking of.
I think that's really interesting. I do want to pause it there. And when you think about it, for the longest time when they were a minor, up until being a legal adult at a certain point, everything was filled with DemonMama content. Creating, being a part of it, managing it even. Not only were they underpaid, not only was wage theft occurring, DemonMama stole Glooby's childhood in a lot of ways. And that's something I think, I know Tyler touches on in the video himself without necessarily saying it, but Glooby's entire childhood is robbed by this experience, in my opinion. Shit.
Yeah, you stole all this time. Like,
and it's not only that. I mean, I will gladly reveal this because it's whatever. Like, I'm a cancer survivor, and I went through chemotherapy. I went through the point where I was told I was not going to survive in the beginning, and then that changed over time, and it was a whirlwind for me, and I disassociated from a lot of things. And the internet was a fun little safe space for me, but I can't imagine having an instance where your body is literally killing you from the inside out. You lost 185 pounds due to vomiting. You are experiencing a disease that people are either discounting or they are including, and they are being inclusive about it, but they're struggling to talk about it and struggling to diagnose you, treat your emerging symptoms. Things are happening faster than you can cope with it, but you're still putting out content. You're still putting out thumbnails. You're still tagging the videos. You're still controlling the back end of somebody's channel and assisting them. I can't imagine doing that when I was going through chemotherapy. Glooby has a lot of strength for doing that, but it almost sounds like desperation. It sounds like, and there was a level of desperation. And it's so sad. It's desperation to help a friend. It's desperation to do a lot of things, and it breaks my heart for them. It really fucking does.
Things for her thing, yada yada yada. That I would have never thought to do this. This would have destroyed every single opportunity I had, my source of income, all my friends. At that point I thought I was fucked if I did this.
That's very reasonable.
But now with the people I have and everything like that, it is very scary, and I am actively shaking in my boots. But it was worth it, and I knew it was right when I felt relief telling my partner and then telling you, and knowing that this is out there going to be, and it's just over. It's giving me like a bit of, I guess, just relief mentally and physically. Like a weight is off of my back, I guess, in a sense.
I don't want to push you to making a conclusion, but you described a situation a little while ago that would be pretty crazy. You said you woke up, you were sick, and your friend circle was DemonMama, and your job was DemonMama, and you drew her, and you talked about her, and you made things for her. To me, that sounds like almost a religious-y type thing. And I'm not going to push you, but would you say that there's an aspect of cultishness maybe in and around how her circle operates and kind of in what she maybe expects from people that are immediately around her?
Totally. It is such a cult of personality. If it wasn't then when I was there, it is so bad now. Like, oh my God. I can't even imagine how bad it is now. If I was like that then with all the people, how we all just talked about DemonMama and how her politics are so good. Oh, it's all DemonMama. I can't imagine what her chats are like now, where it's even more controlled and more like, what's it called? Withered out all of the non imps, I guess, in this case. I would definitely say it's very culty there. I haven't been. I've like checked in there once or twice to see like how much stuff has changed, and it just looks very, very one-dimensional in their thinking. I guess is the way I put it. Very DemonMama oriented.
Basically, literally on that same note, with the nervousness and stuff that you were feeling, have people been trying to reach out to you, or do you feel like there's been any pressure as you've been getting ready to come forward?
Funny you mentioned that. So about an hour ago, or a couple hours ago at this point, when I woke up, I got a friend request from DemonMama, and I have a message from her on Twitter. I have not read this message. I've read like the first little preview bit of it, and I'm already really not looking forward to this. And I wanted to say that.
So,
this pissed me off so bad.
This pissed me off. But this pissed me off in a different way too, because I know we probably glossed over it a little bit, and Glooby does talk to it. Glooby was on the verge of homelessness and just tried to reach out to DemonMama. I don't know if they were still in the community at this time, or they were, but they weren't really doing as much. They reached out to them, and there was this whole thing of being isolated. And it really does make me incredibly sad that they couldn't even fucking post a GoFundMe for them. And I do want to just say, because a lot of people will say, oh, well, you know, these are all, you know, some of these are accusations, and you know, the thing like the video call, these are accusations, these are alleged, we don't have proof for that, but these were these Twitter DMs did come out, so I do want to share them just to show that Glooby has this form of credibility. I do want to give that to them. So DemonMama fans who,
I mean, do you want him to read it out first and then show them?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to do is I was going to play the video and show them as they are being read.
For this, so we're going to do that. Yippee! I'm gonna struggle.
I'm ready when you are. If you'd like to read it now, or if you want to continue the conversation before we do it, either's fine with me.
Sure. Let's. I guess because it matches with that a bit. I should do that now. Oh God, what is this? Okay. Hey Glooby, I wanted to ask you something. I was informed by a friend that they saw you posting through the Discord of the guy who's become dangerously obsessed with myself and my family, my friends, and I assumed it was someone impersonating you, and you've recently messaged me. We talked a bit, very friendly. Hell, your on here last messages were helping you get that GoFundMe going. And I want to mention this GoFundMe thing. So I almost went homeless one time, and I messaged her that, hey, I'm gonna go fucking homeless. I need like help. If you can send this out there in some capacity. She was like, yeah, sure. 4 or 5 days later, I get a retweet from her on it.
Nice.
That was her grand help, which that upset me for multiple reasons. One, because I've known her for so long. Two, I've seen her like do entire charity streams for other people, but God forbid, a close friend.
Yeah.
So I know it's like it's just upsetting that was what I got from somebody I apparently helped so much, etc. Okay. So the rest of this, I assumed it was someone impersonating you, and recently messaged me, been friendly, GoFundMe. When I went to message you, you blocked me on Discord. I figured I would send a message on here. What, if anything, is going on? Westside Tyler is a dangerous person who recently threatened to dox and injure, kill a friend of mine and a former artistic collaborator of yours. I don't know what's going on. Please be careful in engaging with him. I truly hope you're not going to help someone so unhinged and violent to try to hurt my partner and me. That would truly hurt me to my soul. I'm hoping this is simply some kind of misunderstanding. Hoping to hear back from you.
And this is the first time you're reading that. How does that make you feel?
My partner and I had 3 bets. Either I was going to be guilted, or I was going to be yelled at, or I was going to be told that you're insane.
You got 2 out of 3, right?
Yep.
So they had not spoken for a period of time, didn't even help them with their GoFundMe. And the moment that they get some kind of understanding that things are coming out and things are coming out about them, that's when they start reaching out. That sounds like somebody who is on the defensive. That sounds like somebody that has a lot to lose and a lot of skeletons in their closet.
Yeah, it makes me like actually sick that she brings up like, oh, but the GoFundMe, and I thought it couldn't, I just trusted you so much. It must have been someone else. Man, go fuck yourself. But Holy shit, it's not, that makes me so mad. Oh my God.
But it's not only that. It wasn't even the fact that what bothers me more about the GoFundMe and mentioning it is not only just to build rapport, to like kind of make that in, because that's very manipulative dialogue, very, very manipulative behaviors. But what it tells me and shows me is that what had happened is DemonMama knows about the GoFundMe. Now, I don't know if Glooby ever shared if Killjoy or Doc, if you guys are still in the chat, I don't know if Glooby shared that, or it's implied that DemonMama did acknowledge the GoFundMe existing. But what this shows me is that the GoFundMe,
I think Glooby says that like after a couple days she retweets it once.
This is a bit Subhuman. Hey, thanks for coming on, Sue 6 Human.
Hey.
Thanks for stopping by. There was a bit on stream covering that where shown that DemonMama actually donated $100 to it. Okay. I mean, guess what? DemonMama can donate $100 to it. You want to know something very interesting? Still owes Glooby a lot of money. Owes them maybe thousands of dollars for unpaid labor in wage theft. I mean, I'm glad that clarification came out. If you somehow have a clip of it. If you have a clip of that would be greatly appreciated. Or if that is to be the case, if that's the case, again, she owes him so much fucking money. So much fucking money.
Again, it's just the idea that this money I'm giving you is a favor,
yes,
not for the work you did. Just like, I don't know. I still don't.
Right.
At least she did something, but days later,
mm-hmm.
it's like, okay.
And And it's not only that, it's she did something, but okay. Sunday got a DM from Doe that saying that DemonMama dropped 100, but DemonMama had entire nights where she would fundraise for her mods. Her not doing a fundraiser stream is odd. It's right. It's okay. Subhuman. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry if we sounded like no.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not being dismissive. Yeah, I 100% appreciate it. Thanks for lurking.
Because I'm gonna be real, so that Sunday stream is a bit.
It's the East Coast accent. Sometimes it just gets a little.
They just kind of sound like that sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't touch the Sunday stream. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just watch it for my own clarity's sake. But
if you're gonna keep continuing this, we are gonna have to pull out parts of it.
Okay, if you
right now it's not really.
If you can give me parts of it, if you don't mind, I haven't even looked at it. If there's like specific time codes that we should be examining.
Well, I don't want to do it this stream.
Okay, I mean we can do a follow-up stream. It depends. Because I'm pretty the way I feel about this topic, unless DemonMama responds, I think this topic is pretty succinct. I understand that there are.
Oh yeah, honestly, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah,
there isn't too much more with the Sunday stuff except for just little stuff like what Subhuman said.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if anything else has happened while we've been yapping, I don't know.
It's 3 hours and 26 minutes so far of yapping.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm more of the time.
I know.
We're almost done with this.
I know we're almost done. But yeah, it's Killjoy. I completely agree with you. It's weird. And Subhuman, you're absolutely right. Like the clarity is very much appreciated because I think what that also shows is that you could have constantly kept checking in and finding out if the GoFundMe goals were met and try to figure out a way to do that. You're a big enough content creator. You should be sharing this to presumably your friends. You should be sharing this to Vosh. This is mutual aid. This is what the fucking left is all about. Mutual aid. And if you can't organize and you can't share with your fucking boss and friend or your contemporaries about a mutual aid goal, then you're not living leftist values. Then none of them are. I'll call that out. Because this is what mutual aid is all about. It's part of leftist tenets. It's about supporting other people. It's about supporting those who are less fortunate to rise to the station where everyone can be equal or at least have a quality of life that they deserve, that every person deserves in this country. Killjoy, I also want to point out, DemonMama had nearly a decade-long relationship with Glooby, and it fell apart after they turned 18. Yeah, that's something that has been constantly in my mind.
They only want you when you're 17.
They only want you when you're 17 because everything. If Glooby was, I'm not going to say smart enough because that's not really the term I would use, but if Glooby was aware enough at the time, Glooby could have come out and said, listen, look at all this unpaid labor. I still think Glooby has a case for unpaid labor. And furthermore, this was illegal child labor. That's what this is. This is child labor. I know in specific states, depending on the age, you need to have parents sign a permission slip to work at a certain age. I know that. I believe at 15, my parents did. I was working as jobs at 15, 16, and I think my parents had to get a school sign-off sheet. I don't know. I don't know if that was the case in this regard. I do still believe that is a law, but that doesn't matter. It's still child labor. This is insane. Fucking just insanity. I'm gonna continue with this video, but this is wild.
Fuck, that's a message and a half. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't believe anything she's saying here. Gayfish is a cry bully. He whines constantly about people and then removes them, or tries to get them banned on their socials or whatever, and then wonders why actions have repercussions. You don't shit talk people. Don't expect them to reciprocate in any sort of fashion. But Gayfish is unaware of what is it? Actions have consequences. Sorry, I'm what is it called? My brain is shitting itself. I'm running circles mentally around myself and struggling to talk. This is a lot.
It's okay. You relived pushing a decade of history in just about an hour, and some of it was more than most people I know would be comfortable.
Yeah, almost a decade.
Much less to a stranger. And I appreciate it. I don't have much to add on top of that. I was saying this to some people. I was discussing not everything, but the nature of what we were going to be talking about. And my general disposition to this was, I really hoped that you were lying 100% because it was very bad. I would have rather.
Not to pause again, but that's such a powerful statement that I think doesn't come through enough. You kind of really do hope that...
Killjoy, I was just thinking about this link.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did Killjoy send something? I love Killjoy. Killjoy, my beloved.
Hold on. Also, apologies if I sound a little weird. I do have to go touch grass. I'm forcing myself to touch grass later today, especially after all this shit. So I am kind of getting ready while this is happening.
No, you're fine. But I do want to like touch on this topic right here is that you do want to hope, like, and I say this even with a lot of cases today. Even just like, and this is not Tyler running optics for DemonMama and hoping that Tyler by his own admission hit DemonMama up one time to play fucking Helldivers, and he's like, oh, I dodged the fucking biggest bullet ever. Which is fucking Matrix dodged like a fucking landmine. But I think that there's a topic to be had that like when allegations like this come out, you really don't want to believe them because they hurt. And not only do they hurt, they make you really lose faith in humanity. And it just fucking like it really makes me sick to my stomach. It just hurts so much. So I do want to point out, I want to grab an article real quick.
Thank you, Killjoy.
Thank you, Killjoy. How to hire minors from the Washington State Labor and Industries. To hire.
Also, I want to point out that's a crazy title.
It is, but it's one of those things you can. There are that is what the term is. There are legal minors that you can hire. There are like 16-year-olds working. You know, that's like the stereotype or the joke, right? Is it's like, oh, you're just like a 16-year-old like burger flipper or whatever. They have laws. There's still laws to do that.
There are laws to protect them, and there are.
I just know that each state is can vary, but every state has laws to do this. It is a wild title.
It is. And just the
oh, that's right. Yeah, you can only work however many hours in certain types of certain times of day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So to hire anyone under the age of 18 in Washington, there are specific laws and rules that employers must follow. Businesses who violate minor work restrictions can be subject to fines and civil penalties. So at the very least, this exploitation is a civil case. Civil. Employers should also will be subject to federal child labor requirements. There are federal and state laws that may differ, but the application and the violation of such rules, they carry federal offenses. She could be charged federally. When hiring minors, before hiring them, your workplace must get a minor work permit endorsed on your business license. So their LLC had to have a minor work endorsement from the Department of Revenue. So that means if she didn't have that, already hiring them legally. 2, get a completed parent/work or summer authorization form. So she needs one of these forms to even hire a minor.
Okay, but let's be real. She wasn't going to do all this because she doesn't care.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. Verify the minor's age, and then for non-agricultural jobs, birth certificate, driver's license, baptismal record, or notary summarized from the parent, right? And that's what it is. I'm not going to go any further into this because this is... To hire a minor, you have to do this. She didn't go through any of that. She was never going to go through any of that. And it's insane. It's disgusting. It's abhorrent. It's criminal. These are civil cases that need to be looked into. It's just so wild to me. Let's try to get to the end of this video, and we'll kind of just wrap up kind of a summation of everything that's kind of happening.
This not be the case. I really would have, and I'm sorry for the things that you went through. No one deserves to go through that at all, and no one deserves to have those as memories that they have to deal with. And I'm personally, like person to person, I'm very impressed by you for having the courage to come out about this.
I do really appreciate. I'm not gonna lie. For a good bit of this, maybe even like my girlfriend was telling me that she was like proud of me for this. I have a hard time understanding when things apply to me with these kind of things, like when it's like fucked up shit. This is not my first rodeo in sexual abuse. So just I took it in stride, I guess, and just tried to not let it wear me down like other shit would. But eventually, I guess just seeing Fawn do that or talk like that, and knowing how oblivious I was and how badly I was just trying to be their friend, because I just wanted friends, it really upsets me and makes me feel really sick, I guess, as well, to my stomach, knowing that I was not only that I was used in that way, but coming back to DemonMama messaging me now and saying this stuff, it feels so much like she's trying to save her ass. Save her partner's ass.
Do you think it's telling or strange at all that she doesn't bring up what you guys both know passed between you and wants to sort of have the conversation even at this point as a victim on her own end?
It is me so much.
Strange, to say the least. I really don't like the fact that after all of this and how vocal she's been for victims of every kind of abuse, that the person that she talks or and like she's brought up so much is someone she's actively done so much of it to. And whenever like I think about the fact that she brings me up on stream and I want to mention that as well, that she really oddly she never talked about bringing me up like a year. She didn't mention me at all, but relatively close to when all started going down, was like randomly brought up, talked about, and I felt really uncomfortable.
That's wild that Glooby's being brought up in conversation as well as being sent these messages. She knew that these skeletons existed. She knew what was going to happen when this shit came out. They all knew. They were all aware of it.
That me down this mental line of going to you, to be honest. I thought I was done with Mama when I left, and he stopped talking to me. He stopped interacting with me. There was a good room like interact for a few years, but at some point, just we came back and all like work exclusively. And even at that point, when I stopped working, I would go with her and be like, "Hey, we should play games. Hey, we should play games. Hey, we should play games." And I would get excuses and ignored. Yet again, I felt like as soon as I wasn't used to her,
that hurts me so
I mean, I'm not
much.
surprised. Just
one thing I wanted to say
it's
is
disappointing.
DemonMama was in the room with you right now, and you could speak to her directly. What would you say to her about her conduct?
I would just like to know why. I don't know why, if this is a standard that she supposedly has for other creators and other people around her, I don't know why it didn't apply to her and her partners. The people she interacted with then, I don't know why it didn't matter to her then. It just sucks. This fucking, what is it called?
Yeah.
DemonMama, just knowing how much I know about her as a person and knowing everything, it's just very, I guess because I was living through it, it wasn't surprising then because I was living through it, but now it's just really surprising to me that after all of this, she's talked and how much she's pushed for all of these things, it all just goes back to being bullshit and being a front and behind closed doors once again. Abusive behavior
it's wild.
The front end of it, I guess. I don't know.
It's
I'm drawing a
sad.
blank here. I'm like,
it's very
having
sad.
a moment about all of this.
No, it's perfectly reasonable. As a matter of fact, we can go ahead and move on. I want to give you a chance to say, you're Glooby, you're an adult now, you're separated from this. There's more than likely people are going to want to try to reach out to you. I will not provide them any direct way to do so, but if they wanted to support you via commissions, you are still an artist, or anything like that, do you want to plug away to try to help you out or support you, or do you have anything else that you'd like to say in closing?
Let me think if there's anything I missed before I get into that. I
just want Killjoy. I also want to point out that this happened in her company Discord effectively. Something that she owns. Yes, that's very true. This would be the LLC. She puts Glooby, an employee, in an employee space that contained her partner. Would you call out the boss's wife? That is not lost on me, and that's something that I makes me very, very sad for Glooby. And anybody who, I don't think Glooby's story is isolated in a way of, obviously, stuff was being shared. I think a total investigation of that entire Discord and how NSF material was shared in that Discord and how it was being, what were the measures to stop minors? Because again, it was an all ages Discord allegedly, excuse me, that how was this being stopped? But no, you wouldn't. You would be so in fear of losing your job. And not only that, these people were their friends. What is Glooby supposed to do? They're supposed to be their friends. Yes. Someone in a line of authority, not only as an adult, but as a line of authority in the company that Glooby was working for, was being predacious. They were being a predator, a child predator. I want to point that out. Glooby is a child. This is child predation. This is not a fucking joke. This is not something that you could just gloss away. DemonMama, you need to answer for this. Vaughn needs to answer for her crimes. Their crimes. These are crimes. And that's what it is.
Do you think they're actually going to say anything, though?
If they do, I'll cover it. I will fucking go live the moment they say shit.
Oh, God.
If it's by myself, I will, because it's fucking insane. You owe it to Glooby to go live, you owe it to Glooby to speak out, or you owe it to Glooby to fucking disappear and fucking delete all of your shit from the internet and never come up again. You can disappear from the internet. You owe it to, legal forces, what police officers, what our justice system will do to you is a completely different story. But you need to log off. Maybe permanently. Just log off on the internet. Make money a different way. Because this is not it. This is how people lose their jobs. This is how people go to jail. And honestly speaking, at this point, those sound like fitting punishments to this crime.
Gone over that, went over that. Okay, I think I went over everything I wanted to. You can support me on Ko-fi. I think I have it somewhere. I can look it up. But I have a Ko-fi if you want to support me. I don't expect or really want support if possible. I don't. That's not what I'm mentally and all that doing that for. But that's an option if you want to commission me. I do animation and 2D art. I mostly do 2D animation though, as my main artistic ability. I will also say this about doing the animated stuff for DemonMama. I got underpaid for that, and I had to argue with her to get better payment for that. And that's what spurred on the whole like, I need to, what is it called? What is it, the channel is struggling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to, I did 2 animated commissions for her. She has this little imp that pops up in all of her videos that does like the like and subscribe. I think that's also my work. And actually, this I forgot to mention. This is a big thing about the work stuff as well. For about a year and 3 months, my work was uncredited in her stuff after I left.
Oh no!
And I had to go to her DMs and be like, hey, my shit isn't being credited, and this is really upsetting me. Why hasn't this been updated? And to her credit, it did at that point be updated, but I don't think it should take a year and a half or like a year and 3 months for my work that you constantly still use on every single video to be credited, and especially if you're not going to pay me for the constant use of my work after the fact. I got paid like $40 and it's been used for like fucking 4 years now.
Jeez, that's that. If you watch my streams, I'm very pro workers' rights. I've been burned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it. The frustration is miserable. Thankfully, I've only been ever screwed over by people I didn't like already, so there wasn't an extra bit of sting there. But I too am a little bit brain twisted. I'm stunned by this. You seem like a very resilient person. I can only wish you the best going forward from this. And I'm going to end the
resilient
call,
is a really good word.
Yeah.
If you want to add anything after that, you can. But if you want to say your piece, and I'll end the recording, we can cut it there and then say our goodbyes.
Sure thing. Honestly, at this point, if there's anybody else in DM Cord that has had something similar, please say something about it, because I doubt I'm alone. At this point, I'm the only person that this has happened to or something similar. If that is the case, please do come forward. I hope if my thing does anything and means anything, it allows other people to talk about their stuff. And for DemonMama, you need help, and Fawn really needs help. It just sucks because I know there's a good person maybe in there. There was a little bit, but for that kind of shit, it's fucky. I don't want them to like get destroyed and dogpiled and fucking annihilated, because I know they're people, and I even after all of it, I still care about what happens to them. I still care about them. Their safety and well-being is very important to me. So I want, if anything, I want it to be not overtly vicious overall towards them. It's not worth it. It's not going to bring me anything. It's not going to make me happy. It's not going to make me feel better. It's just going to stress me out and make me feel worse about the entire situation. So that being said, those fuckers need help really bad, because that's fucked. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah,
that's a nice way to put it.
It's a nice way to put it.
I got nothing else on that front.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, and I really appreciate you coming out and like letting me talk about
That's
all this
wild.
and giving me a space to air it all out as well.
No, absolutely. I hope the recording is perfect. I've been freaking out because this is like one of the best conversations I've ever had with somebody. And thank you again.
Very much appreciated.
It's insane.
Thanks again to Glooby for reaching out. To reiterate, I've confirmed Glooby's
Again,
real identity through photographs of
the
his
care
ID,
he shows in this interview is so admirable. And also, sorry for like, I guess, react harder. There's just nothing to say.
Yeah,
for a lot of the heavier parts. There's nothing I can add. I don't disagree with anything. There's nothing. This guy just like, I don't
Hello,
even.
cute, cool anime girls.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome.
There's just nothing to really add to those parts. So sorry if we didn't say too much. It just sucks. This whole thing sucks. And again, fourth, fifth time, I'm really happy Glooby came out and said something, and we can see what happens now.
Yeah, I also I think I wanted to let Glooby. The reason I didn't react towards the end is I really wanted to let Glooby have the air of just speaking about how they want to move forward with their lives. I can't. There's nothing to react to in that. Glooby wants to be on. Glooby wants to see justice, but Glooby also wants to put this behind them and heal. There's nothing to react to except, honestly speaking, a sense of hope and want for that for them as well. And I think we reacted a lot in the beginning. Again, hour and 14-minute video. We're almost at 4 hours. I think we reacted a lot.
Yeah.
In that conversation, I am profoundly disgusted by the situation, and I believe without reservation that these issues will not self-correct without a robust response and intervention by the authorities that be. I believe Fawn's actions specifically, and DemonMama's actions to a similarly egregious extent, violate federal law regarding transmitting pornographic materials to minors pursuant to United States Code Title 18. So
I am going to pause the video. I'm not going to. We won't watch the end of the video for a second because there are updates. So in the video itself, maybe I'll just let it go a little bit.
And 2252 and 47 USC section 223D.
Okay.
Though local statutes may take precedence in this case. I'm going to end this video by simply urging people in this sphere who have associated with Vosh, DemonMama, or the other individuals mentioned in this story to question everything you know and everything you think you know about your relationships with them. There's never been an excuse for any of this, and it cannot be permitted to continue. There's no conceivable excuse I can think of that would justify these behaviors or people covering for them. At some point in the future, I'm going to be looking more deeply into Vosh's other close associates, including his major donors, notable chatters.
So I do want to point out this specific part of the video. Westside Tyler on Xylee's stream earlier today did make a clarification to this because this could be interpreted in a couple different ways. The clarification in response to this was just looking at the fact that what Tyler wants to look at are the donors and backers specifically of White Leaf, White Nervosa, and the people who are being essentially the top, not just pay pigs. These are people with money behind them that it appears that they are making decisions on who to like and who to not like, that is influencing the content in ways that is not directly done by the content provider. QTV, you're absolutely right. This does not get easier to watch. This is probably the third time I've had to watch this video in a row, if not a little bit more.
Second time, and it's just, I don't know. Again, it brings up some stuff for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking make it about me, but it's just like I understand what Glooby's saying, and I understand that sort of the niceness of just like I don't want any hate piled onto them and like I get it. It's just and that's why I appreciate Tyler's like nature in this whole video. Like it's really nice.
Yeah, I think kind of wrapping this discussion up is very clear. DemonMama is complicit in some capacity to Fawn's actions. Fawn should be in jail. I'm not going to front. Fawn committed crimes. I'm not alleging that. Fawn committed crimes. It's just a reality. Allegedly, quote unquote, so I can't get sued, but come the fuck on. You can see for yourself what happened. Like I stated before, the evidence given, I can make the connection, or one can make the connection. I won't just say me, but one can make the connection that, based on their relationship and shared kinks, which this is not kink shaming. This is not like, oh my God, sexuality is bad. This is just a reality. Based on their shared kinks, one can make the assumption based on everything presented that DemonMama not only may have allowed this to go on or turned a blind eye to it, but there is a potential. This is just me thinking conceptually. I'm not saying that this is fact. DemonMama, I'm not saying that this is fact. But there is a potential that DemonMama was not only privy to this, but may have had the same predilections. It's just a reality. Like that's just the truth based on everything, because at the very least, and I will say this, at the very least, what I can say is that DemonMama turned a blind eye to what their partner did. And the reason they didn't speak out about Vosh, the reason they didn't cover other things, but they would drop what happened with Xanderhal, is because they found it convenient and easy to do so. Because it wouldn't have turned an eye to their partner. And I think that to me, that is the most egregious sin at all, is that you lie. It's the first sin. Some would say it's the original sin of DemonMama. And it's extremely sad. And for Glooby, I really do hope they find some semblance of peace. It sounds like they are finding that. To anybody who is leaving this community, I hope you too find a semblance of peace. Create your own community where you don't tolerate this kind of shit. This is not what sex positivity looks like. Again, I'm sure that DemonMama will try to run defense about that and hide behind that. This is not what sex positivity is. Sex positivity has limits. Part of what being sex positive is understanding what consent is. Part of being sex positive is knowing who belongs in sex education topics and who doesn't, and that includes minors of specific ages. You know how to gatekeep those specific topics and present it to an audience where it's appropriate. It's understanding the appropriateness of discussing sex, and discussing what sexuality and gender is. That's what being sex positive is understanding how to make these topics appropriate for the age groups that you're presenting this to. That's not what happened here. NSFW was being shared in their servers, in all ages servers. I don't know how they gatekeeped it, but it apparently couldn't have been that good of a job if you had a fucking child on your moderator team and you were flippantly and prolifically sharing pornographic materials with them. Again, for those who weren't in the beginning, children can't consent to contracts, employment, or adult acts. And all of these things happen to Glooby. At the end of the day, that's what it is. At the end of the day, this was a violation of consent. And like at the beginning of the video, we did mention this, that Tyler has.
It's one of those things like they couldn't do that anyway.
Yes, no. But that's what I'm saying. A child can't consent to this at all. All of these are crimes. All of this is a crime. I'm bold of you to assume it was being gatekept at all. Again, I don't think it was. I didn't go over Cope and Seed's video. I know this, drama YouTubers, but Cope and Seed did discuss this about like 8 months ago, and from what I saw, this was not being gatekept. I don't have the physical evidence for that, so I don't want to just like make bold ass claims because these people are fucking.
Like the one you made earlier.
Oh, fuck off.
I didn't say a fucking word.
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. That's why I kept saying alleged.
All right.
There's gonna be a point where that doesn't save you.
Yeah. It's like how the FBI doesn't take in Minecraft seriously anymore. Not that they ever did, but like.
they always have. They always have. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
In Minecraft,
like Bully Overlord said they do. Never mind. Keep doing it.
Oh, we got to shift to GTA 5 RP.
GTA RP. Yeah, this video. Yeah, I do think Beckett's video.
No, Beckett's video is. Oh my god.
I think the reason that Beckett's video may have been overlooked at the time, anyways, and it's not just because of who they are because they're a drama YouTuber. I think it's just something that's really hard to stomach. It's something that you look at these kind of predilections and you look at these kind of sexual kinks and you're like, oh god, I can't believe. Yeah, we do say it's in Roblox now. In Roblox, it's one of those things that it's hard to stomach. It really is. And people don't want to believe it at first. Even if you see it, you don't want to believe it. And the fact that it is believable is disgusting, and it's hard. And it does break my heart. But yes, this is Westside Tyler. If you want to, first and foremost, again, support the creators.
To Tyler and his staff. I do want to say that he said somewhere in his Discord, he's out on a having a nice time.
Yeah.
Out and about. So I hope he gets a little bit of peace. I hope he takes a really good nap before tackling on more of this.
Yeah.
Greg, I just saw how the high reminders, the little thing clipped out. That is crazy. I'm sorry. I hope he has peace. I appreciate that he's willing to chit chat with everybody. He had a really nice conversation with Xylee at the end of her stream, just sort of clarifying what he meant by saying he was going to look into some chatters and donos with the sort of power that they have through their donations. Because again, that raid with love shit is crazy.
Yeah. I think that's a huge thing I do want to point out. The raid with love shit is crazy. It's it's a wild thing. And Tyler deserves to have a break.
Tyler being normal and touching grass.
Yeah, touching grass. But everybody deserves a break from this. DemonMama, if you watch this video, you need to answer for all of this shit. You need to. I want to thank Killjoy, and Ash, and Doc, all the people on the mod team, and in the server that have come out to support our little stream here. Thank you guys very much. We will, I promise, find funny topics.
The next one is going to be funny. Or
the next one will be.
We need to do one
topic.
of Tyler's funnier videos. Again, I suggest either the romance books.
We don't have to be a Tyler.
No, I don't. No.
But I do want something funny. I will say that the book videos, though, 100% top tier.
Yeah,
funny.
Tyler's videos are funny. I will say this. I am hoping to do kind of a locale in review stream, kind of like a where are they now kind of thing, because according to our resident foreign correspondent, they are going to cover Ava Tyson next. Us?
Nope,
No.
Nope.
I will say this. Okay, this will be the clip it and ship it title. If anyone calls us anything, no. The reason I'm not covering it is because it's too much of an emerging details and what is they called? Dog food 404. What the hell is their dog bag 4? I don't know what their channel name is.
No idea.
I don't.
No idea.
I
There's
don't.
just a
have no
lot
idea
of
what you're talking
information
about.
to
Yeah.
parse through, and a lot of it's just a lot. So
It-
maybe one day when things are more concrete, not anytime soon.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, definitely something more fun because we also got
Lives?
We have
just gotta
lives.
get there.
We
I've
have
had 2
lives.
lives.
We have lives. I do want to make this this community a little bit more fun loving, because these are hard topics. But also, there's a lot coming out of that is still not released yet, and I don't want to do like 6 fucking streams on it because everything's being piecemealed out.
We're not content brained enough.
It's not even content brain. I don't have the fucking time to do 6 different fucking videos on it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of time.
Speaking of time,
it's about the time.
It is about that time. Thank you guys again. If you guys can find it in your hearts to help support the stream at a reasonable level, please do not, if you're fucking struggling for money and or rent, please do not donate.
Don't say that. Oh my god.
Give me all of your rent money, punk.
Give us your entire bill money and your social security card. Now.
We are not doing that.
Funny numbers.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that. I want to point that out.
Anyway.
I did not say that. We're going to transition to the end screen.
JK, you guys, if you would please like and subscribe if you enjoyed our content. It helps us out a
Exactly.
lot. And we'll see you next time
We will
with
see
something
you-
more fun.
We will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for being around, sticking around, and
Give your rent to Falgi. Exactly. That is
Yeah.
exactly what he said. Thank you, QTV. Thank you.
give okay. So long and goodbye.
Motherfucker gets a microphone. all of
I
a sudden.
don't know the words of that.